I should have posted on LinkedIn that we were going live. Can you see okay?
Yep, I'm good. I'm good. I just took my phone, okay? Just
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Up.
Oops.
Okay. Hello everybody. Hello Michael. How are you?
Good morning.
I think we're live.
Yeah.
I think we're live.
Undercover Combat.
Undercover combat.
Watching along.
We need to remove that.
UFC 313.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love doing this.
How excited are you about this fight?
Oh my God. I'm even excited about this fight. I didn't even know what was happening.
That's the first time we start so early.
I know, but this looks like it's going to be a good fight, so why not just start?
Exactly. We are starting like 20 minutes before the event. Actually, let me just double check if everything works well, everything's fine. You know.
Okay. And see if is this the beginning or no, this is the ending of the prelims, yeah.
So that's the prelims, yeah. I think
Okay,
there's
great.
one more after this one.
But these guys are good. I think one of the guys is 12-1, the other guy's 11-0.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, they're not messing around.
Not at all.
And Tsuruya is a wrestler, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
perfect. Things works well.
Good.
All good. Sorry for this little test.
I need to turn my chair a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, be comfortable. We don't see the chat. How did we do last time to have the chat as well? Oh, there maybe we can see. It's very small. Okay, so in case we have...
Maybe you looked on the phone?
Maybe we can chat on the phone. Yeah, okay. If we have questions there. Okay, let's see. Let's see how it goes. I don't remember how we did last time.
I feel like I should turn my chair a little bit more this way.
Okay, can do if you want.
Can I do that?
Be comfortable. We have time before the big fight.
That feels a little bit better. Yeah, you can see Tsuruya's trying to take him down. So this guy, Joshua Van, they said the stats just as the fight was starting. He has what is it called? Like the highest punch rate? He punches like 8.8 times
Really?
per second or per minute or something. It was just like an insane number, and the guy close to him was like 5.3.
Really?
So he's just like constantly punching.
Like a lot of volume.
Volume, huge
aggression.
volume.
Oh wow, okay. Is Tsuruya Japanese?
Yeah, Rei Tsuruya.
Okay. Yeah, it's
He's 22 years old.
Oh wow, we have a few Japanese fighters now in the UFC.
Well, because now they're doing this thing with
Rising.
Ryzen.
Okay. So okay. Let's
And
see
he's
how
a
it goes.
wrestler, so you can see what he's doing, right? He's trying to take the
okay.
guy down, which he just did.
Just did right now.
Yeah, in his previous fight, they showed he was like lifted some dude up.
Okay.
He just like jammed him down on the ground. I don't know. I kind of like that when they lift the other guy up. They're like, I'm so much stronger than you
Yeah, and boom.
that I can lift you up.
Yeah.
But I mean, at 125
Yes.
pounds.
This is more than us, huh?
Yeah,
It's
well,
like
there are
60
heights.
kilos.
So actually, they're shorter than we are because the one guy's 5'5", the other guy's 5'6".
Okay. Oh, they're shorter than we are.
They're
okay.
shorter than we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where.
But I mean, I can lift 125 pounds.
Sorry.
I can lift 125
for sure,
pounds.
for sure, it's easier.
Right? Oh, he took him down again.
Yeah. But yeah, we have more and more Japanese fighters, huh? It's interesting. But
Japanese basically invented, I wouldn't say mixed martial arts, right? But if you go back to K1 and all this kickboxing stuff, if you look back 20 years or 25 years, the Japanese were the dominant country doing this thing.
No, it's true. Yeah, outside of boxing. Boxing has always been bigger in the US, but outside of that, Japan.
Outside of that, that's what I mean. So the non-boxing combat sports, because they're insane.
Yeah. And they are like a big country, 100 million people. They are one of the richest countries in the world.
Yep.
I mean,
So they're well-fed, well-trained,
exactly.
well-exercised.
And they have the market for people who.
But also, there's a samurai spirit that's still there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, because they perpetuate it through sumo in a way.
Okay.
Right, so the sumo wrestler guys
Sumo
consider
is still
themselves
a thing,
like
right?
samurai at some level.
Yeah.
There's a real samurai spirit there.
Sumo is still a thing in Japan, huh? Next time we go, we should go see it.
Oh my God, you've never been, right?
I've never been.
It's weird.
It must be so weird.
I've been actually because I think Morgan Stanley had good tickets, or maybe just somebody
really?
spent a ton of money. You buy like a box,
Okay.
and you can fit like 8 people, 10 people. You sit on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's something. That must be something.
it's a real thing.
It's a real thing in Japan, right? It still exists. Everything, no?
10 p.m.
10 p.m.
It's 10 a.m. here.
Indeed. So, yeah, how excited are you about this fight?
The Pereira Ankalaev fight.
Yep.
There are so many layers to that fight, right? Pereira was joking around with Daniel Cormier maybe a week ago. I can't remember online. And Cormier was like, I could take you down.
Okay.
He goes, I could definitely take you down.
Okay.
And Pereira was like, yeah, sure. First of all, I love Cormier, right? But he takes so much shit for being fat.
From everybody.
From everybody, not just from Islam Makhachev.
Yeah.
He takes so much shit for it. But what's his name? Pereira was like, yeah, try to take me down. And he was showing some of his takedown defense. But I mean, obviously Cormier's slow, old, out of shape. And Pereira's just like stone. He's literally chiseled out of stone.
He's really from Pereira.
But again, Ankalaev doesn't train with the rest of the Dagestani team. We talked about this a little bit. Yeah.
True.
So he's not a Nurmagomedov. He's not meant to be.
He's not Makhachev.
He's not Makhachev, but he's bigger. So he's 6'2" or 6'3". I can't remember. He's very tall.
Bigger,
190 something. Yeah. I don't know what it is in centimeters. That's cool.
I don't think he trained with Ramzat never.
No.
Ramzat is the closest to him, right?
No.
Ramzat's a big guy as well.
Yeah, no, it does not. So he's not. Oh, look at this. He's going for an armbar? No. He's got his arm extended the wrong way. But look at him. He's really dominating this fight.
Thanks to his wrestling.
His wrestling, yeah.
Thanks to his wrestling.
Looks like Joshua Van was not prepared for this. Because he's taken him down in every round so far.
Yep. It's always something like when a wrestler fights the striker and the fight goes on the ground. It always feels like the striker, whoever he is, kind of have no chance. He's like on the ground and like...
He's like, what do I do? I don't even know how to...
Exactly, yeah.
Because the other thing too is, and I think this is where Pereira is going to have a problem. Okay. So same thing as here, is that I can teach you all the moves in the gym for takedown defense, for escape from takedowns and all this other stuff, right? But I can't teach you how to feel comfortable doing it. And I can't make it instinctive.
Yeah, but just like practice and years of practice.
So there's exactly. So where there's nothing at stake, and where the guy who's doing it to me isn't trying to kill me, I can be like, no, take my leg this other way or whatever. But like when you're on the ground, you don't have time to think about it in a real fight. And I think that's going to be a problem.
So I feel like in fighting, this is like something interesting. I think it looks like everybody have a chance. Like if you train enough, you can go. Because besides your fist and your knee and your elbow and feet, there's nothing else basically, right? You go in the cage, you fight, and that's it basically, right? So it really feels like whoever trains enough have a chance. It's only about you basically, right? It's only about your discipline, your training, and then you can go there and do something basically. Right? It's really one sport where it's very, in a way, like the one who works the most can win.
This is one of the reasons why I love combat sports.
Exactly.
It's so me against you. I can't blame anybody else.
Exactly.
I can't. It's not like the ball almost hit the line. It's none of that stuff.
Yeah, there's nothing. And especially if you can get the
finish
super clear. There's like no discussion. And once again, if you train enough, you always have a chance, right? And if you win, you always have a chance to move forward. We can say whatever we want about the UFC, how we do the matchmaking and stuff, but when you win, you go up. Always. There is nothing...
Yeah, because it's in the UFC's best interest. And unless you're anti-Dana White...
Exactly.
Right?
And
you say a bunch of stupid stuff.
Exactly. But they don't do that anymore.
No, there's only one guy that does that. And in a way, I feel bad for him.
Which guy?
Bryce Mitchell.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I don't know. He still does that right now?
Yeah, he's just so uneducated.
Okay, that's not good.
That, do you know what I mean? Like you look at him and you're like, oh, dude. Because even if you believe that, it comes from a place of like zero information and very little knowledge and like no education. So
it can't be good. And plus, like, UFC.
Did you see what they did at the press conference?
No.
The guy who's fighting him brought a globe.
Okay.
Because he's a flat earther.
Okay.
You know what that is, right?
Okay.
You believe the earth is flat, which is just fundamentally not true. It can't be true. Based on all kinds of science and math, it just can't be true. So the guy brought like a little globe and he just looked over at him and he went like, what are you thinking, dude? What are you thinking?
That's funny.
Sorry.
But it's funny. But so yes, so I was saying, like, I feel like fighting, like everybody has a chance as long as you train enough.
Sure.
But on the other hand, mastering the techniques takes so much time. It's so long before you get the comfort, before you get all the discipline and everything, that you don't have a chance actually. Because if you want to beat Makachev at wrestling, you need to start at 7 years old. So it's too late already. So whatever you do, there is no way you can be better at wrestling than Makachev.
Right. But it becomes instinctive.
Yes,
Makachev is not on the ground going,
exactly.
What's going to be my next move?
No. It's instant, but he has developed over the years of
over
training.
15 years or 20 years of training.
So that's why whoever you are, if you start after 8 years old,
so that's the thing with
too late.
So that's my point with Pereira, right?
Exactly,
is that like he's going to get down there if he gets taken down. And Ankalaev is not going to be thinking, but Pereira is going to be like, what do I do now?
He has no idea, right?
Right.
No idea.
And I used to say tennis is the same thing, right? When a great tennis player is not thinking, what's my next shot?
Yeah.
He's thinking, what's 10 shots from now? Right? And these guys are doing the same thing. If I can do this, if I can do that, it's like a chess match, right?
Oh, yeah.
Then I'm doing this.
Especially when it was on the ground. Like there's like a 3-4,
Yeah. Look at him. He's just going right for the takedown.
Directly. He doesn't understand. But so I think like that makes the sport pretty interesting when you have somebody on the other side who is so much better at one thing.
Yeah.
That comes from the training, yes, but so many years of training that you just can't get to his level like this. It's just impossible, right? That's the unfair part of the sports, basically, I think.
But because Pereira has been training in boxing and kickboxing and stand-up for 20 years.
Sure.
Longer, probably, right? Because he's 37 years old, so he probably started when he was 12.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever he does in wrestling, he will never be a great wrestler. It's just too late for him. That's it. Compared to the other guys who started at 12 years old wrestling.
So they were complaining, I heard people complaining that like he's been given preferential treatment in the UFC, like not putting up against any grapplers or any wrestlers. Yeah.
Okay.
Which, look, it's a business, right?
Yeah. But so I think this fight is actually pretty interesting. Do you know, like Michael, I prepared some stats.
You prepared some stats?
Yes.
This is like some kind of unfair advantage. Go ahead.
Let me just get the website right. So,
but don't think I didn't do my homework.
I'm sure you did not.
You sure I did nothing?
So, do you know how many fights Pereira has in the UFC?
12.
He has. That's his fight number 11 tonight.
Right, so pretty close, yeah.
He started in the UFC in November 2021.
Right.
So it's been 3 years and 6 months, let's say.
Yeah.
Okay? In 3 years, in 6 months, he had 10 fights plus 1 right now.
Right.
Out of these 11 fights, so including today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 today are for the belt.
Right. All been championship bouts.
So like almost only belt championship bouts. Okay? In 11 fights, 3 years and a half.
And he's only lost once.
And he just lost one against Adesanya.
Yep.
Now, when you check Ankalaev, that's very funny to me when I realize that.
But he's had like...
When do you think he joined the UFC?
2017 or something. 2018.
Almost, 2018.
Yeah.
2018 in March. So for him, it's like 7 years he's been in the UFC. It is, tonight, it is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 fight. It is 15 fight in the UFC.
But didn't he have a fight against Jan Blachowicz?
He had the fight against Jan Blachowicz.
But it was a draw.
For the belt.
But it was a draw.
It was a draw. It ended up in a split draw. Have you watched this fight?
Yeah, I have.
I think this is. I really hope when I saw the Jan Blachowicz
Did you watch that fight?
Yeah.
Did you think somebody actually won?
It's weird. I don't think so. Because it's so weird.
But I don't think anybody actually fought well in that fight. Like I was watching and I was trying to score and I'm like,
okay,
I don't know. Like I don't know who won that round. It was a 3-round fight? No, 5-round fight. Yeah,
5-round fight. And I think this fight is actually the worst nightmare that can happen tonight. The same thing can happen tonight.
You think so?
I'm super scared of that. Yeah, because the way the Blachowicz fight, happened, the same thing could happen to the Pereira fight, and it could happen like something crazy. And I really hope it doesn't. But before we go there, my point was like it's 15 fights in 7 years for the belt
versus 11 fights.
11 fights in 3 years only for the belt. So which means like the motivation from Pereira and from Ankalaev is so different.
But also, how old is Ankalaev?
Ankalaev is much.
He's 32 or 31 years old.
Yeah.
And Pereira's 37.
Exactly.
So he has to be in a rush.
He has to be in a rush
because he doesn't have much more time left.
For sure. And plus, like, if he joined the UFC 7 years ago with the dream of becoming a champion, he waited 7 years before he got there. Okay, he got the title shot with Blachowicz. So that's like his second biggest fight of his career, I would say, for Ankalaev.
Yeah.
But it's been 7 years. You're waiting for something for 7 years.
But also, Pereira was fighting before he was in the UFC.
Exactly.
In other promotions, right?
Exactly.
And mostly in kickboxing.
Pereira has what, like 70, 80 fights in total, maybe something?
Oh my God, some insane amount of fights, right? So while he was doing that, Ankalaev was fighting MMA.
Exactly. And like 2-3 fights a year.
Right. So it's not like he's been mucking around.
No. But like while Pereira was doing maybe 10 fights a year in kickboxing, right? So
yeah, but it's a different...
Yeah, but
it's a very different sport.
Still, I feel like Pereira's motivation for this fight is very different than Ankalaev's motivation.
Who do you think's more motivated?
Ankalaev 10 times.
For sure.
Because Ankalaev has the chance of his life to become the champion after 7 years of waiting, 15 fights.
But I also think, again, when I was doing my research for this, what did I want to say? I just completely lost my train of thought. So go ahead.
So for me, Ankalaev is definitely like a strong motivation. He really wants to win that belt finally. After all of these years and all of his fights. For Pereira, is very far from being the best fight of his career.
I remember what I was saying. Yeah. So Pereira's one of the few guys who like got knocked out by Adesanya, and it didn't impact his career at all. Zero. He just like
nothing at all.
Another low blow.
Exactly.
That's the second one.
Okay. Like this is crazy how Pereira, if he wins or he loses, doesn't change. He's exactly the same. I think this guy doesn't care at all.
But just the way, it's weird the way he just like walks people down. Like I think we talk about it every time we watch him fight. But that thing against Jamal Hill when he just looked at the ref, he didn't even look at the ref. He was just like, just leave me alone. I'm in a flow state right now.
Exactly,
my God, he just kicked him in the balls.
It's just really another story. But like for Pereira fighting and Ankalaev is just another fight. For him, it's nothing. Like really, it's definitely not the tougher opponents that he had. I think Adesanya or Blachowicz were way more dangerous than Ankalaev.
From a skill perspective,
from a skill perspective, from an experience perspective, from everything. But from the anger, I think Ankalaev is so hungry right now that he will do everything that he can to win.
So here's the other thing I was thinking. It's also Ramadan.
So
that's why. So his eating.
Just think about it. You've been in the UFC for 7 years. You've done 15 fights before title shot. This is insane amount of fights.
Right.
15 fights. Nobody does that. Maybe Merab Dvalishvili did like 13 or 12 before he did the title shot.
Yeah, I don't know.
But 15, that's a lot of fights. And in 7 years, I just blew my mind. And the one time you had the chance for the belt,
it's Ramadan.
They put it during Ramadan. Really. If I were him, I was like, what the fuck is that?
But also, like Ramadan doesn't mean you can't eat at all. No, but it's not fasting.
Yeah, it's only at night, so it's fucked up.
Well, it's just reversed. You just can't eat when the sun's out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So between sunrise and sunset, no food. But after sunset, you can eat like a regular person, whatever you want.
Yeah, but you just like change your entire training and everything. Like sleep pattern have to change. Like it's.
But I mean.
But it's just been Ramadan for like a week, I think, now or two.
It's a month.
It's been a month already?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, how long into Ramadan are we?
Yeah.
Probably like a week, I think.
Because he said that he would not do Ramadan during the fight week, and I think Ramadan started like maybe a week before. So actually, it was maybe like just a few days that he had to do Ramadan. Like if the
so before that, so if it was like at the end of Ramadan, he'd just be fucking exhausted. Because it's all upside down, right?
But like, let's say like Ramadan is 1 month and fight week is week 2, then basically he did like a 3 month camp with only like the last week during Ramadan. Because he said already in Ankalaev during the interview that he was not doing Ramadan during fight week. So like maybe there's not that much of an impact, but still. He has one chance of his life.
But also, you talked about motivation, right?
Yeah.
So think about how motivated you are. Because if you're a religious guy, like if you're doing Ramadan, right? like every religion has their thing where you're supposed to give this thing up and do that thing. But if you're not a religious person, you just watch other people do it.
Yeah.
You know what's going on, but it doesn't really impact you.
Yep.
Right. And you can wish people a happy Ramadan, right? Eid Mubarak, like all this kind of stuff. But if you're not a religious person, you're not doing it.
Yeah.
But he is. So his religion matters to him.
Yep.
So now the question is, how much is that motivating him?
Yeah.
Just psychologically. I'm giving up. I'm sacrificing more than you
Yeah, true.
to be in this fight.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Think all of those things combined really made Ankalaev very motivated. Like he had this chance. And because he blew up the last chance against Blachowicz. And to be fair, I watched the fight last night.
I watched it yesterday as well.
So it was like really clear, that it's really clear in my mind. And he did nothing wrong. Like really, it's so unfortunate. Like from my point of view, he did nothing wrong. I don't know what
Ankalaev.
to think. Yeah, Ankalaev.
I just thought it was
he did his
meh.
fight.
It was just meh.
Yeah, but he did his fight. I mean, like when you have somebody like Blachowicz on the other side, who's a light heavyweight, who's strong.
Yeah.
You're more careful than against anyone else. And Blachowicz did the same. And Blachowicz was 39 years old at that time.
Yeah.
So he's not like a 30. Like I mean, he's old, right? Like we gave Miocic so much shit for like
He was
fighting at 40 years old.
But he was 42.
Yeah, but like Blachowicz is 39. Oh yeah, it's not 40, but it's not 29 neither.
I will say this though, right? Like.
Yeah. There's not a lot of fighters who do that kind of fight.
When I was 42, like I didn't feel old. I wasn't fighting, but I wasn't like, oh, I can't get it. I can't play hoops. I can't play tennis. I can't do this. It wasn't like, oh, my legs are all like it was nothing like that. Yeah. But these guys are constantly training too.
Yeah, true.
So I'm just thinking like, yeah, Miocic looked washed, but he hadn't fought in like 17 years or something. You know what I mean? It was a while.
No, it's true. But so Blachowicz was still at 39 years old, right? So not young at all. And still, I watched the fight yesterday. I was like, there is nothing wrong in this fight.
So if you hadn't told me, not you, but if I hadn't looked it up when I was watching the fight, I wouldn't have guessed he was 39. I was surprised when I saw it. I was surprised. Yeah.
I was really surprised about it. I was like,
I'm like 39. I would have 34 maybe is what I was thinking.
Because I was like listening to all the media like talking about how bad this fight was between Ankalaev and blah.
Same.
It was like, this was a disaster fight, blah. And then I looked at the results, see a split draw. How that can be a draw, first of all, in like five-round fight? Something must have happened, like a 10-8 somewhere, you know? And I was like, I need to see what happened by myself. And then I watched the fight, and really it was nothing wrong. It's not a bad fight to me. It's just that it's so unfortunate. Like the level of the two fighters was so close that the judges' scorecard were like something.
Yeah.
And it ended up into a draw. It's so unfortunate. But really, he did nothing wrong. And so that's why he did so much shit for all of his things. Dana White was pissed in the press conference.
I didn't watch the press conference. I didn't watch the post-fight press conference. Did you?
I did. He was like so pissed. He was like, these two fighters, they don't fight ever again. There's no rematch.
Really?
The belt goes to those guys. because
who had the belt after that? Was that Jamal Hill?
So the full story is Prohaska
got injured, and he got injured.
And then he got injured, like,
and he was like, exactly. Take it back. Yeah,
and then he said, like, get the belt back. Yeah. So they did the match between Ankalaev and Blachowicz for the belts. And so it was like, John Hanich was cheating after the fight, saying, like, we said the whole week that on Saturday night we would have a new light heavyweight champion,
right?
And we still don't.
We have nothing. So I remember, because when I was watching the fight, I couldn't remember who won.
Yeah.
Before I started watching, I was like, I wonder who wins this fight. But I know Ankalaev has never been champion.
Yeah.
Has Blachowicz ever been champion?
So he was the champion, and I think he lost against Prohaska. That's why Prohaska became the champion.
Right, but my point is, the only thing I could think of was that that Blachowicz must have won.
Yeah.
And when it was but as it got closer and closer, I'm like, oh no, I remember, because during my research, I remembered that this fight was a draw.
Yeah, it was a draw. A split draw, so it's like it's.
But here's the funny thing, Martin, and you tell me. I watched that Blachowicz Ankalaev fight.
Yeah.
And I'll never watch it again.
Okay.
Because there was nothing compelling in there for me. But wait, I want to finish the thought. I want to finish the thought. Yeah. I've watched the Conor McGregor Khabib Nurmagomedov fight like 100 times. I almost watched it again last night because I was like, "That's a great fight." Do you know what I mean? I almost watched it to put myself to bed.
For sure. But you know, this is this type of fight, like the Ankalaev against Blachowicz fights. It's this kind of fight where the two guys have so much power and can knock the other guy out in just one.
You have to be careful,
So they got to be careful, and they don't take too much risk. And plus, on top of that, like Blachowicz is 39 years old, and Ankalaev, he's a wrestler. So they have a lot of different weapons everywhere. Plus, it's for the belt. It's the first time Ankalaev is fighting for the belt after 6 years. Like, there's so much thing going on that at the end of the day, it's just like, so much tension, and that it doesn't really collide.
You've played sport before,
for sure,
a lot, right?
Muay Thai.
But but I mean for outcomes, right? So you know the difference between like training really hard and then being in the race.
Yeah, for sure, it's really different.
Because it's just your body just whether you're nervous or not. Like I don't get nervous, but your heart does start to beat faster.
For sure.
Right. And if you've been working your entire life for that one thing, I want that belt.
One thing, and you end up against Blachowicz.
But your family sacrifice, like all this kind of stuff has happened, right?
You don't take that as much as you would do normally.
No.
Especially against a guy like Blachowicz, where not you in just one punch.
Look, Cormier is huge.
I understand why he gets.
He's just huge. Danny, stop eating. I told you brought donuts to Makhachev last time. Donuts. Makhachev's like, what are you doing? But here's the thing I want to know. I know it's off topic, but like, even look at Rogan's in great shape. Anek's not a big man, but he's probably training all the time.
Yeah.
How can Daniel Cormier, who was a world-class wrestler, right? I think a Division I wrestler in college.
Yeah.
He was never like ripped fit.
Yeah, he was never, even when he was fighting, he was like a little bit
fat.
Yeah. But yeah, why? I don't know.
Can he like put down the donut? I don't know. If he's ever in Bangkok, he's gonna kill me.
We are not in Bangkok yet. We're somewhere. But yeah, and so to finish on the Blachowicz case. Yeah. Because I think that to me that's key for this fight. That's really this fight. And also another reason why that's key to me is because Pereira fought Blachowicz just after. And like Blachowicz fought those two guys, one after the other. He did Ankalaev, split draw, and then he did Pereira in a 3-1 fight. Do you know what happened? Blachowicz and Pereira?
You got knocked out?
Split decision for Pereira. Split decision win for Pereira, but same fight as Ankalaev. Like the first 3 rounds.
Why? You think because Blachowicz is so strong that he was concerned?
I mean, both of them had their weapons.
But to be fair, was it the Jamal? No, who was the other fight where it went the full distance as well against Pereira?
Not a lot.
Say again?
Not a lot of fights. Let me check. Who went the full distance against Pereira? So Blachowicz did in 3 rounds. It ended with a split decision. Then Bruno Silva, and that's it.
Right.
But so just after Blachowicz fight Ankalaev, he fight Pereira. Split decision, 3 rounds. And when you watch this fight, like really, it's the same first 3 rounds as Blachowicz against Ankalaev. They just stand up and strike. But just this time, it ended up in a split decision.
So what does that mean? 29-28, 29-28, and then 29-28 for the other guy.
Yeah. And so there was like 5 rounds, Blachowicz and Ankalaev. The two that are weird are 4 and 5. They are the two actually that's round 5. That's really weird.
Yeah.
In the judges' scorecard, and the Pereira just did 3 rounds, and that's 3 rounds of striking, which Blachowicz did exactly the same with Ankalaev. And the fight was the same pace, everything really similar. That's why when now we have Ankalaev against Pereira, I'm really scared.
So who do you think is going to win this fight?
So really, like, if I didn't watch the Blachowicz fights, because he fought both, I would say Pereira 100%. Pereira is just like an insane striker. But now that I know the Blachowicz case, I'm scared, really scared that Magomed Ankalaev just fight for the win, and that's the mirror up.
So you think he's gonna do the like? I'm just looking at this as round by round. Exactly. I'm not trying to hurt you.
He's going to do nothing.
I'm just trying to outpoint you.
Exactly, just outpoint you. He's gonna clinch because Pereira doesn't know how to clinch well, and Magomed Ankalaev does very well. Just clinch and put him on the ground and stay there. Nothing happening. I really hope that's not the game plan of Ankalaev.
But here's the other thing too. Pereira's 37, and you're right. He in his 3.5 years or 2.5 years in the UFC, he's had 12 fights. 11. Well, this will be his 11th fight.
And 7 was for the belt. Just another day at the office for him.
But my point is that
no big deal.
as he's getting older, he's taking a lot more fights. He's already had 80 something kickboxing fights. At some point, no matter how ripped you are, you just lose the ability to win. And I'm not saying that's going to be in this fight, but like in the fight game, if you deteriorate just a little bit, you're done.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not a slow deterioration.
Yeah, there's not a lot of.
No, you just fall off a cliff.
Yeah, exactly. And Pereira get hits. Like he was almost not down by Roundtree.
Yeah, the first 2 rounds Roundtree was really winning that fight.
Even the first 3 rounds, I would say. Like,
fair enough.
Until I think Roundtree had the perfect game plan against Pereira. It is the perfect fight. The only reason why he lost was because he couldn't handle the 5 rounds. He couldn't do his game plan for 5 rounds.
He ran out of gas.
Yeah, his game plan was perfect for 3 rounds, but then he didn't manage to get the win, and then
he was gassed out.
Basically. He was completely gassed out. But it was the perfect thing to do against Pereira. Volume, strength, stay far, blitz. It worked very well.
Yeah.
Perfect.
He's a good fighter.
He's a really good fighder. Like really
and
great
a smart guy,
multi-style.
And a smart guy.
Yeah, like really, really good. That he did the perfect fight against Pereira. Just couldn't handle it. That's very unfortunate. But so that's why I'm really scared that Ankalaev just does no fight and say, you know what, fuck it, I just want the belt. And then if he does that, we're gonna have a very, very, very boring fight. Very boring.
But then, what do you think happens after this? So, regardless of whether Pereira wins or loses, do you think he goes up to heavyweight? Because my guess is. John Jones is not going to fight for $1 less than $30 million.
You don't think he's going to fight against Aspinall?
He's just not going to fight Aspinall for less than, not even like $29,990,999.99. Like he's just not going to do it.
You want everything.
He wants it to be 30. And I'll tell you what, I've experienced this before. Myself.
Okay.
When I was changing jobs, I told you, I went to this one I don't want to say the numbers or whatever, but I went to this one company and they were like, okay, well, how much do you want to get paid? And I was like, this number. Because I'd already decided, I wasn't leaving for less than that. And they were like, oh, we can't pay you that. And I was like, fine. That's fine. I already have a great job over there. And I told you a year later, they called me. And they were like, you're done.
You're fine.
So I think, and I left. And I think that John Jones is just, he doesn't need the money.
Yeah.
He's made a ton of money and he has his own sort of silly principles. Yeah. So what does that mean?
Yeah.
Because I think even if Pereira loses, what are you doing?
I don't think if Pereira loses, it impacts his career at all.
Zero.
Right? It doesn't change anything to him because
Zero.
He put himself into a position where, as you said earlier, the loss against Adesanya didn't
do
impact anything.
Didn't do anything.
Nobody told about that. It's forgotten already.
Yeah, no one was like, oh, he sucks now. People were just like, oh, he got knocked out. Okay, what's his next fight?
Exactly. I think Pereira somehow managed to put himself into a special category of guys who can do whatever they want, and that's okay, right? And everybody are going to watch.
But I mean, even look at McGregor. He had that fight against Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
Nate Diaz just obliterated. It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
Yeah, that's it, right? So I don't think Pereira really have the kind of pressure that Ankalaev has. He can do whatever he wants after that, no problem. He can move to heavyweight. If he moves to heavyweight and wins the belt somehow, that's just insane. But I think it's going to be like a big challenge because the guys at heavyweights, like actually the real fight that should happen
is him against Cyril Gane.
Cyril Gane.
Yeah,
that's the real fight that should happen because I don't think he has any chance against Aspinall.
You don't think he has any chance against Aspinall? I think Aspinall will just like tear him to pieces.
Yeah, exactly. I think Aspinall will just jump on him. Like I think that at some point the weight matters.
But also Aspinall is a good ground and pound. He's good on the ground. He'll take you down, and he's naturally bigger and stronger than you are.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Aspinall really is gonna destroy him. I think John Jones is just too crazy, and somehow will find a way to win if he's still able to.
Against Aspinall?
No, against Pereira.
Oh, I think John Jones would kill him.
Yeah, but if he's still like in the game, right?
Yeah.
It is still like John Jones that we see during the fight. Like for example, if it's the John Jones against civilian, would do the same nasty stuff.
Wait, can you imagine John Jones when he was in his prime, like 32 years old, fighting a guy like Pereira?
Yeah, I think Pereira would have no chance.
It would be a joke.
Yeah. So that's why I think Pereira, the only fight that would make sense was against civilian. Because he's like great striker, civilian, big guy, strong guy.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the ground game
Right.
that would make a lot of problems to Pereira. And frankly, that would make the fight very uninteresting. Like if Ankalaev does wrestling and clinch all night and wins this way, it would be such a shitty fight that the UFC will never want to do that again.
At that, so we watched the fight earlier, right, with Tsuruya, the Japanese guy, against Josh Van.
Yep.
And their skill sets are completely opposite.
Yep.
Josh Van won again because he just outpunched him for 3 rounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the fight was interesting because they both went to their strengths, but they're little guys.
Yeah.
And that meant that there's still speed and action and stuff like that. But once you get up to 205 or whatever the heavyweight weight is,
If you have a wrestler
against a striker, it's just plodding and slow and boring.
And very nothing happens. And when you're a wrestler and you take the striker down, you then that go the easy route, because that you do like the no risk, no punches, like nothing, gonna happen route. Even the time you spend just like crawling on him, and like getting into position and stuff, if the big guy just defends himself and doesn't take too much risk, then nothing you can do, and stale, and great. Basically.
And nothing happens.
And that's how Ankalaev won round 4 and 5 against Blakovic. He did 0 damage, but just ground control. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Just ground control. And that's something maybe UFC can work on, in the rules. Like make sure that if ground control doesn't matter much, because that's boring. I think to me, if you do something on the takedown and if you can't, transform it somehow, you know that you have like in some sports, you have to transform it.
Right.
If you can transform it in like 30 seconds, for example, go back up. Right, something like that, right? I don't know if it would be fair, but...
So, again, you said you think you saw Herb Dean walking around Bangkok.
I don't think that I saw him.
It's hard, he's got a very distinctive look, but the only reason why I'm bringing him up is because even if you listen to, I think he was the referee during the Nurmagomedov fight.
Okay.
And I think Anik was saying, he'll give them time on the ground to, work this thing out.
Okay, yeah.
Some referees do, some referees don't.
Okay.
But I think you're right. If you're just, clinching some dude and nothing's happening.
And then you stay there.
Get up.
Exactly.
Just get up.
It should have or at least attempt to do something, right? That have some activity.
Yeah.
Have some activity.
Yeah.
And if you see that there is no activity, go back up, right? Because there's so many guys. Like for example, the last Jose Aldo fight, he lost because the guy just clinched him against the cage, control him there for 3 rounds.
Right. And that's boring.
There was no punches.
That's not a fight. That's more like a dance.
Exactly.
Was it a dancing competition?
If you want to be hugging each other, fine, hug each other.
But can you do that outside the ring?
Exactly. Really, for me, that's the bad part of MMA, when you just hand the plate with, basically. And that's what you don't see in Muay Thai, for example. Because in Muay Thai...
No, in Muay Thai, they're just standing there.
Only striking and just collide.
But it's also just constant activity. King Green, why are you doing that? There was one fighter, I think I saw who did this did this doofy thing where he's jumping up and down and hurt his knee before the fight started.
Before the start. But you get to be very athletic to do something like that, huh? It's hard, huh? It's really hard.
But again, he's also 39 years old, I think, or 38 years old. King Green.
So he was
he's 38.
Choked out by Paddy Pimblett, his last fight? Or was it in Paddy Pimblett?
Yeah, he was choked out by Paddy Pimblett.
But this lightweight category is insane, huh? It's insane.
There are no bad fighters.
It is not in the top 15.
There's no bad fighters. No, that's going to be an easy one for that guy. It's just going to that's going to be another war.
When you feel that Michael Chandler is number 8 in this lightweight division, in which division you have a number 8 like Michael Chandler?
The thing is, aren't you tired of Michael Chandler?
But he's dangerous. If you are fighting Michael Chandler, you have no idea what's going to happen.
But when was the last fight that he won? I want to see guys that win fights.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't really win, but he almost. Huh? Oliveira, it was close. It was close.
It wasn't that close. Oliveira was dominating him that whole fight.
4 rounds, but the 5th round was almost dead. Oliveira.
I'm just not interested in Michael Chandler anymore. He seems like a good guy. He's a smart guy. He works hard. He trains hard. His whole life has been fighting. He's good to his family.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. I get it.
I just feel like that for a number 8 into a division, that's a very dangerous guy. And
Yeah,
most
I
of
get
the
it.
division, they don't have a number 8 that's that dangerous.
I'm bored. I'm just bored.
Yeah, okay. Like for example, like in the, I don't know, in the lightweight division, like you have like, I don't know, top 3, 4, you know, who are very, very good, but then
everybody else.
Everybody else.
Well, look at the you're talking about light heavyweight.
Yeah, light heavyweight.
Light heavyweight is just like it's a crappy division.
Like, there's a huge gap between the.
But how about heavyweight?
Yeah,
heavyweight's worse.
Even worse. Yeah.
There's no fights, no champion.
By the way, what happened to the fight with Curtis Blade? But yeah, no fight, no champion. Like Aspinall does nothing, and he's like.
He's better as like a vlogger than a fighter, but not because it's his fault, but just because nobody wants to fight him.
It's really sad, by the way. Huh? Like what they are doing with Aspinall, not good. Huh? Not good.
They must have, like John Jones must have some kind of dirt on Dana White, because otherwise, like, why wouldn't he make him?
Exactly.
It's not even that. Like, why wouldn't he make Aspinall fight?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why Aspinall is not just
fighting?
Just fighting. Just do something.
Because he hasn't had a fight in a while, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And every time he has a fight, he finishes super fast. So it's not like he's injured or tired or something, right?
No. He
should has as much activity as Pereira.
I told you, if you go look at the stats for him, in his last like 10 fights, he's only fought for like 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
Something that's crazy, right?
It's insane. Even if everybody first round doesn't get too much damage, it's just insane, yeah.
But he also doesn't get tested either.
Yeah, because he just beat everybody. But also, like, they never did the one fight that matters, which is Cyril Gane against Aspinall.
Yeah, why not?
Because the two guys beat everybody, really. And the only losses of Cyril Gane are against guys that Aspinall didn't fight.
Right.
And Ganu and Jones.
Right.
And it's not like it's champions, right? It's not like small guys. But the only two fights of series, only two losses of series.
Could you imagine an Aspinall fight against Francis Ngannou?
I think that would be interesting. No?
It would be, but again, Ngannou's old.
Yeah, like 3-4 years ago, that would have been super.
And he hasn't had a great MMA fight in, like you said, 3 or 4 years.
No, I think he's out of MMA now in general.
Yes, he's just going to try to build PFL Africa.
No, he's done nothing, I think.
Really?
PFL is dead. I mean, they are doing nothing.
Well.
I mean, the last fight against Renan Ferreira, 10,000 pay-per-view. Nobody cares.
But again, like, was it a good fight? I don't imagine.
It was a round 1, ground and pound.
Right.
There was no fight. It was like,
and that dude was supposed to be a monster.
He was the best of the PFL.
Right, he was supposed to be a monster. Like the way they marketed that fight. But again, their marketing sucks.
But also like this guy beat everybody in the heavyweight roster of the PFL. So he earned his way.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like only Martin. He was the best. He beat everybody else. And he got like the first round TKO against Ngannou. Would have zero damage, maybe for 10 punches.
Yeah, but it's like having the girls, the girls' high school basketball champion play against like the Celtics.
KO directly?
No, I think he kicked him. Oh, did he came out?
I think KO. We were talking about something else.
You talk about girls' high school basketball.
What happened?
Well, they'll definitely show the replay.
Sorry guys, on the live we were talking about other stuff and we didn't pay attention to this fight.
But it was super boring until then. So I think that King Green should retire.
Yeah, there's been a lot of defeat now.
And this guy should stop doing that because he's going to hurt his knee. What are you doing?
So, what is this guy? So what happened? A teach?
Oh no.
Whoa.
So I was talking to June about this actually.
Okay.
When we're in the gym, right, and we're doing legs, we're right next to the ring.
Yeah.
And you can see guys kicking those pads.
Yep. And
it just sounds vicious. So imagine that kick into your head.
Yeah, into your head.
Because that's what just happened.
Yep. And this is actually, yeah. I think that's even worse because it's with the back heel, right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like
all the rotation, like speed and power, like that is really, really.
Oh, come on, duck down, man.
Wow, yeah.
But even Rufi didn't go after him. He was just like, oh, that's gonna, like, he didn't even jump on him because he's like, oh no, that's terrible.
That's nice, bro. That's a nice takedown. Like, that's a very nice takedown. That's not something you see very often, no?
No.
Like, do you see people like attempting that kick?
Yeah, but it rarely hits. So when John Jones was fighting Daniel Cormier, he did one of these high head kicks, and that's kind of what ended that fight.
Oh, really?
The second fight. He didn't go down right away, but it just stunned him in such a way.
Oh, yeah.
You can, if you watch the end of that fight, you see him like kind of running away, and he's so discombobulated that like Jones is like pretending he's going to hit him, and then he trips him up against the cage, and then it's over. Oh, okay. He just goes down, ground and pound, fight over.
Okay. Wow.
Because when you get kicked in the head by a guy of these sizes,
exactly. No, it's huge.
It's just brutal.
Even at our height, and, you know, like when I was fighting for Muay Thai, like sometimes you get high kick, huh?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them in Muay Thai, and you better blood them, huh? Because otherwise.
Yeah.
And plus, it's really like, for example, for us who train Muay Thai, it's something easy for the teacher to just stay on the high kick because they are so much faster and so much more technical than you.
Right.
But they can stay at range.
Right.
And they just teach you.
And their legs are so long as well.
And there's nothing you can do, right? So it's a very easy way for them to win, to just teach you, and you're like just like always trying to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Like my Muay Thai teacher was doing something crazy when I was trying to high kick him. So I had my leg here, right, to high kick him. He was my height, so like something. He was catching my leg there with his arm. I've always found it very surprising
that his arm was there.
Like, how come? Normally you block it, but he was catching my leg at this height.
Yeah.
And it was so surprising because this is not something you do normally.
But again, how long has he been training?
He has more than 400 fights.
Right.
He's like 40 years old.
Yeah.
It's insane. I mean, the amount of technique and everything is insane.
Yeah.
And that's why I really love to be in Thailand, right? Because we have access to those type of
right?
It's like it's not normal here.
We should go to a fight.
Should definitely go to a fight. Should definitely do that. But so these actually are definitely nice here.
But this fight ended really quickly.
Very quickly, yeah. But now that's a lot of loss for Chinrin.
Yeah.
Paddy Pimlet, this guy.
He should retire.
Yep. Oh, we have some problem with the stream. Come back, stream. Okay, what's the next fight? What do we have next?
I don't know. The pay-per-view resiliency out here is not great.
Sorry?
The pay-per-view resiliency out here is not great.
Indeed.
We're definitely not getting value for money right now.
Indeed.
On the pay-per-view. What is the next fight?
I don't know.
So how often are you still training Muay Thai?
Not often anymore. Like not enough. I think the real reason, I think there's two things actually. The first one is that it takes a lot of time because after you train Muay Thai, you're dead. Like really, you're so tired,
you can't do like Muay Thai and then go back to
exactly. Like it's really like after you're very tired, you go sleep.
Yeah, it doesn't energize you. It saps energy, right? Which makes sense. It's
really good for the brain. It's really like clear your mind. When you are in a situation of fights, you think about nothing else.
You can't.
There's nothing important at all in your life.
So you know what group he's from?
No.
There's a team that they call the Fighting Nerds.
Oh yeah, right.
And they do everything by data.
Okay.
We wanted to talk to you about this, right?
Okay.
So he's one of these Fighting Nerds guys.
Okay.
So they're approaching it completely differently.
Okay.
They're like, okay. Because this is going through every sport, right? It went through baseball with Moneyball, it goes through football and all these other sports, right? And now the fighting guys are like, wait a second, let's just break this down. Let's use big data, use artificial intelligence to try to figure out how do you win this fight.
Yeah. That would be a super cool topic of HZ podcast, by the way.
Yeah.
How data and AI are now used in fighting.
Let's try to get somebody on.
Exactly, yeah.
Let's try to get somebody on to do that.
From
the Fighting Nerds.
That would be super cool.
Yeah, we could do it.
Yeah, super interesting.
Because I want to know what kind of data they're looking at.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
right?
How is it possible that you can do that? Because I feel like for American football, there's a way to find something, or in baseball as well. But in fighting, it's so rough. It's nothing in fighting, right? Like
because you don't know. Well, maybe you do. Maybe their point is.
Exactly.
Maybe their point is. The data tells us that this guy, because remember, we talked about instinct before, right?
Yeah.
So the idea is he trained to do this thing, but in reality, he's only really good at these things.
Exactly. Yeah.
And when it comes down to the bottom line, when he's not thinking anymore, he's going to do these 4 things. And when he starts doing those things, you have to do these things.
And maybe like range as well, like runner range management.
Yeah. Be only like 70 meters away, whatever that number is, right?
Yeah. So maybe they
look at them; they're really buying into this like fighting nerds thing.
It's fun though. It's fun.
I like it.
Yeah, really cool. But yeah, that would be super interesting to know like exactly what they do, right? It's just
I'm gonna try to get in touch with them.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna try to get in touch with them.
They're in the US. They must come to Bangkok at some point. Everybody come to Bangkok.
Yeah, but even if they're in the US, I mean, sure.
But
who's he fighting next? Chandler?
Chandler, yeah.
I just want to see Chandler destroy him.
Yeah. I think that can happen.
It definitely can.
Because once again, like Chandler against Oliveira was super close at the end to end in a finish for Chandler, and Petty is not even close to the steal of Oliveira. So I don't think. Oh
God, it's not even close.
Like the only thing that kept Oliveira alive and made him win actually
was skill.
Is the first 4 rounds where he completely outstealed Chandler. So Chandler is just like crazy strong. That's it. Just crazy and strong. And so he just like threw punches. And Oliveira found like just thanks to his technique could handle it for 4 rounds, but the 5th round was just completely destroying.
But I think because Oliveira is one of these guys, almost like the Muay Thai guys, who's like, I won this fight, I don't need to hurt him anymore.
Maybe.
That's what I think. But the difference between Muay Thai and mixed martial arts is you can still get taken down and finished.
Exactly.
You can't stop the other guy from doing that. Whereas in Muay Thai, if you just don't get hit.
You're fine now.
You're fine because you won all the other rounds or whatever the point system is.
And plus also like in Muay Thai you have maybe a fight every like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. That's the most. Right. So it doesn't really matter at the end. You win, you lose. Like
winning and losing,
It's part of the game. Like that's
yeah. Like I lost. Okay, see you next week, kind of thing.
Exactly. This is completely okay, right? So if you don't have rematch, like the guys at the top, they fight each other like 25 times maybe. It's not like 1, 2, 3 and then done. No. Like maybe 20 times.
There's no such thing as a trilogy.
No. It's like 20 eulogy.
Right. Whatever that word is.
Exactly. Something like that.
Did you say 20 eulogies? That's pretty funny, actually.
I'm creating new words.
You are creating new words.
You see how comfortable I am?
I love it. That's so good.
But that's what happened. And here in MMA, we just fight like two times a year, 3 times
at the most.
At
the most, really.
So if you have a chance to win, like you get to take your chance. So I think that's what also like makes the thing very, very different.
Yeah.
And I think the UFC in the batch also push for that, right? They want people to fight until the end. Like even if it's obvious you win the first 4 rounds,
right.
Like keep your chance, right? So I think they do that. But
that's kind of what Max Holloway did to Justin Gaethje in the BMF fight.
Yeah, this was insane.
He was completely winning that fight, and he was like,
"Still take the race, right?
Let's go."
Yeah, I think so. The UFC must do something in the battle, like with the bonus, with how they incentivize the fighter and stuff like that to make sure it doesn't happen like Muay Thai. Because in Muay Thai you can clearly see the guy just stop fighting the third round. If 1 and 2 were obvious.
This must be a really old fight they're showing, no?
Yep. But also like another difference is that, for example, at RWS in the Roger Damnon in Muay Thai, they give the judges scorecard between rounds. So it's not only obvious, it's that you know.
Do they really?
It's official, yeah. You know.
Do the fans know as well?
Yeah, exactly. They put on the big screen.
So it's like 10-9.
Exactly. Yeah. So you know at the end of the 2nd round if it's 20-18. You know, everyone knows.
Oh, why do they do that?
I think just for transparency. I don't know. But they do that in between every round, so you know really well if somebody.
I did not know that. Yeah, so if it's like I don't know how many rounds they fight, but if it's like 4-0,
3 rounds.
So if it's like 2-0,
then
it's like, what are we doing?
Exactly. So there's no point.
You want to get some coffee? Or?
Exactly. So if a guy
this is our 19th-ology.
Exactly.
19th-ology, whatever.
This time I won, we may be like 14.
I'll see you in September.
Exactly. See you in 3 weeks.
Oh.
But that's what Muay Thai seems like a very offensive sport, but actually it's a very defensive sport. It's really based on the defense and not getting hurt, because you can fight again in 3 weeks. It's much more based on volume than getting the other guy hurt. And yeah,
you know who the other guy is who gets preferential treatment? I think I just saw him on TV.
Tell me.
Bo Nickel.
Bo Nickel.
Dude's never gonna win anything. He's never gonna win anything. They committed way too fast to him.
Yeah. But this last fight was pretty bad, huh?
It was pretty bad. And I actually think he'd lost that fight.
No, it was not good.
But it was so close that the judges just gave it to him. But I actually think he lost that fight.
Yeah, it was not really good, huh? It was not a very good fight. But it looks like in the UFC, if you come to the UFC with a fan base, with like momentum and all of these things get easier.
Yeah.
And when you don't, like in Ankalaev, for example, you do 15 fights 7 years before you. But Merab Dvalishvili the same. He did like so many fights before having the title shot. But so in a way, it's fair because if you win, you go up. Can be long, but you always go up. Don't lose, because if you lose.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing. If you lose and you don't have a fan base and you're not exciting and stuff like that, then it's fucked up. But if you win, you go up. So
if you win, you can kiss your opponent on the back of the neck and still
stop fighting before the end of a round. Like
walk away with 10 seconds to go and still win and still become champion.
Exactly, but I think in a way, like Merab right now is very entertaining. Like he's doing, the full Merab.
You just watch the fight and you're like, what is he gonna do?
What is that exactly?
What is he gonna do? And why is he gonna do that?
Exactly. In a way, this is great to me. I like the Merab.
But who else is he gonna fight though?
I don't know. I think it's not announced. But he beat everybody already. So.
I'd love to see him fight Sean O'Malley again.
Again?
Just to ragdoll him again.
I think he's gonna destroy O'Malley. I don't.
Because O'Malley's the same thing as Bo Nickel and.
No, he's only a striker.
No, but I mean, his career's been the same way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry.
Where like the UFC just decided at some point, okay, he's going to be a star.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And he bought like some kind of purple Ferrari, and you're like, really, really?
And then he fight against
Merab.
Merab would just destroy him. No fight at all.
Wasn't even close.
And Merab like kissed him and do all of these crazy things.
Who's that? Is that Dos Santos?
Robbie Lawler.
Robbie Lawler.
Hall of Fame. Nice.
He's retired?
Looks like that, yeah.
Yeah, if he's in the Hall of Fame, he's retired.
Yep. Dude.
What's the next fight?
Next fight is... Let me check. So we've just seen Maurice Ruffin children. It's Amanda Lemos against Yasmin Lucindo.
And what's the weight? Is it flyweight?
Let me check. Why I don't have it in Google?
I wonder if these guys. So I want to make an equivalency, right?
Tell me.
And I think we talk about this almost every time we do one of these watch-alongs. Is that strawweight? Yeah. So the UFC is not. It's not a league.
Mm-hmm.
It's a company.
Yeah.
So like Merab Dvalishvili is employed by the same guy that employs King Green.
Yeah.
They have different management, different trainers, maybe, because they can belong to different teams. But at the end of the day, they're hired by the UFC. They have a fixed contract, a fixed number of fights they have to do, and they all work for the same guy.
Yep.
So it's just like being at Goldman Sachs.
Yeah.
There's no difference. The guy who sits on the fixed income desk, the guy who sits on the equity desk, they both work for Goldman Sachs.
Yeah.
But they get paid differently depending on how much they win. So what their trading losses or gains are versus whether they win the fight or lose the fight. And if they're champion, they get more. So champion is like being, I would say like an MD or a partner at Goldman Sachs. If you have the belt, you get paid more. If you're a manager director, you get paid more than a VP or just like a regular employee. Even if you're on the same team, that makes a ton of money.
Yeah.
But what if you retire? Because if you're a partner at Goldman Sachs, you don't really have to do much of a job to just keep getting paid. Yeah. So I wonder what they do at the UFC. Like Robbie Lawler, he's retired. Does he get a cut at all? Do you know what I mean? Like, do they own any shares in?
No, I don't think so.
And do they? We don't know though, right? Because
now that the UFC is public, maybe.
Because my dad worked for a company.
Okay.
There was a private company, so it wasn't listed on the stock exchange, but they did give employees stock.
Oh, okay.
So even if you made like $25,000 a year, $30,000 a year,
starts.
You had stock, and every year they paid a dividend on the stock. And every year, no matter what happened, because the company was profitable, they would give you more stock. Okay. And the more stock you had, the more dividends you would get. So, like, if you stayed at that company, at some point that company went public. So everybody who had stock made a shit ton of money. But my point is that, like, I wonder how, because like Robbie Lawler's not fighting, but he's still there.
Yeah, yeah. I think the UFC pays them for appearance, or at least gives them like free stuff and stuff like that.
That's my point.
But I think they pay them for appearance because it would make sense. Like, because in a way you're happy that you have stars around the ring, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And plus, like, you want them to share on social media and stuff like that, right? So I think that's what happened in every sport. They pay people just to be there. So I think they do that at least.
But they can't pay them what they paid to fight because the fighting's dangerous, right?
Yeah, way less. But still, they have nothing to do. Just show up, sit inside, take a few pictures for social media, and done, basically, right?
And I want to know this: how did DC call fights when he was still fighting?
Oh, really? He was still fighting?
Yeah.
And train fight as well?
He was there wasn't a huge overlap, but he was calling fights while he was still fighting.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he was calling like heavyweight or light heavyweight fights. I don't know the answer to that. I don't remember, but he was still fighting.
That's funny.
Well, how old was he when he fought John Jones? Do you remember?
I don't
He was
know.
39 years old.
Okay, wow.
And John Jones was 32.
Okay, wow.
There was no way Cormier was going to win that fight.
No.
Just no way.
Nope. Nope.
Because even in his prime, he wasn't as skilled as
Jones.
John Jones.
Yep. Let's see this division for women.
Strawweight, what does that mean, 105 pounds?
I don't know. We will see when we're gonna throw the weights. We'll see. But I developed a theory, Michael.
What's that theory?
About why one championship is so bad at marketing. Because we always talk about that when we do the watch along. We always say
Right, because it's like
they are so bad, right? And why they just do such a bad job at promoting the fight, promoting the fighters, creating the story.
What's the theory? I have to know.
So
Chatri's an idiot? Like, that's part of my theory.
No, you are not. We know you looked at all the watch along with close attention.
I have a beef. You know that.
Yes. So no, actually,
I was up until midnight, 3 nights in a row waiting for this guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. You can say.
I can say whatever I want.
You can. So the theory that
I still keep an empty file in my Asia Tech podcast, right?
Okay.
Just waiting.
Okay, just waiting.
Just waiting. Anyway, go ahead. What's your theory?
So I had an idea a few days ago, and I feel actually it made sense. So I want
Does it include the 20 eulogy or no?
Not really.
Not really.
Maybe.
Okay, go ahead.
So the theory that I developed, and I want to have your opinion on that, was maybe the real problem that the One Championship have, and that the UFC doesn't have, and we can talk about what after. But the real problem that they have is that the fighters are inconsistent. If you just think about it, in the 3-4 years that we've been following Fighting Night really, really closely,
Right.
Rod Tank, One Championship superstar, generational talent. Sorry, I had to do it. He pulled out of a fight.
A generational talent for the ages.
On planet Earth.
On planet Earth. In the galaxy. Sorry, go ahead.
He pulled out of a fight at least 3 or 4 times. I saw him pulled out of a fight more than he actually fought.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Super Late pulled out of a...
But why?
Super Late was supposed to fight in January.
But why did they pull out?
End of December, there's no real reason. We just say we don't go fight. That's it. That's the only limitation you have. This is the only thing. Super Late was supposed to fight in January.
But can I ask you this? Is One Championship exclusive the same way the UFC is, in the sense that can they fight there and also fight Rotterdam Dern or whatever it is?
They can't. They are exclusive to One Championship as well as they do. But I think one of the problems that so Red Ten, Super Late, like are pulling out of fight all the time. Like
You can't do that.
All the time. Then besides like Super Late, Red Ten, Tawanchai, Superborn, and maybe 1 or 2 other, like less than 10 guys in 3 or 4 years that I've seen fight multiple times in One Championship. Every time I watch a One Championship numbered event, the big event,
it's a different guy.
It's new guys. There's really little that have multiple fights that I see.
Right.
I mean, and I watch like almost all of their events, right?
Right.
There's very, very little guys that fight again, basically.
So there's no one to root for.
So there's really nothing to do, really, because if the guy comes and go, there's really little number of guys who are doing multiple fights with one championship that I see.
But then why is that? There's got to be a root cause for that. Do they treat their fighters poorly? Do they not pay them enough, or whatever it is, right?
And so that's why I had this observation a few days ago. Like, maybe that explains why one championship just can't do the same marketing that the UFC does, because the fighters are just inconsistent.
Well, because there's nothing to market.
So exactly, there's nothing to market. Because if you build a great story about this girl who's amazing, blah blah blah, and then she doesn't come back.
Right. Because we know. Look, we know, right? If Dan Hooker is fighting Justin Gaethje, we know what kind of fight it's going to be.
Exactly.
You almost don't need to market it. Yeah. But if you do, I believe the marketing that this is going to be a banger fight, right? But in one championship, I don't know who's the other guy.
Exactly, who's the other guy? And then if you do big marketing campaign and then the guy doesn't come back, or that's just one off, then like you waste your time basically. You waste your time, your energy, and everything.
So can I make another analogy for you? Because I don't disagree with you that that's a problem. But here's the thing. The other reason why the UFC is so successful is because the management team there is amazing. And they're also strong. So to me, the UFC is the Goldman Sachs of fighting.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Okay? And after I worked at Goldman, I worked at a couple of other companies.
Not the same.
But it's the same. But it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's inconsistent.
Yeah. Okay.
People were coming and going.
Okay.
Senior management were just going there to take big paychecks.
Okay. Not actually.
Because the only way to work there was because you were kind of getting towards the end of your career and you just wanted to make a ton of money before you left.
Okay.
Which meant that it was kind of like one championship. It's like you couldn't because your customers wouldn't deal with you because they didn't know who they were going to be dealing with next week or next year, or whatever it was. So it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, so I don't disagree with you.
And so then the reason why we can try to speculate about that. I think to me, like right now, my two main ideas. The first one is there's maybe not enough motivation for the fighters to go to one championship fights.
Right.
Like, just why? Like why I would do as a 3 months camp and like do all of these things. Like,
but the UFC guys, their boss is always on television talking about the UFC.
Exactly.
When was the last time you saw Chetri Sityodtong say anything?
Yeah, like
ever.
He's doing stuff during the events, but that's it, right? Like
I don't know.
It's pretty sweet. That doesn't do any press conference. But to be fair, Dana White is amazing at that. Like this was.
But again, this is the Goldman Sachs versus
exactly.
some third tier investment bank.
Exactly. Dana White was just born for it. Like he's just like so good at that. It's super hard to compare everybody else.
Yeah, if you look at him today and 15 years ago, he's better today, but he's still doing the same things.
To do the same thing.
He's more polished.
Yeah.
But he's got the same attitude of like, sorry, was that the dumbest fucking question you've ever? Was that a question for me?
Exactly.
Does this guy watch fighting? Does anybody know this guy? He's doing the same thing today that he was doing 20 years ago.
During the press conference of a 282 events, UFC events with Ankalaev and Blachowicz. At some point, a guy asked him a question. He's like, "Sorry, I was not listening." Can you ask again? Who does that? He's so relaxed. Like,
let's see what's going on.
I wasn't listening.
He was like, "Sorry, I was on my phone."
Exactly. Sorry.
I was texting my daughter.
But so that's why I developed this theory that maybe the problem actually is the fighter. So for first reason why that we can think of would be there's not just enough motivation for the fighter to do it. And I think that's what happened to Rotten and Super Light and
probably.
And all of those guys. They've been fighting for like 20 years, now. And they have 300 fights. Why one more, basically, right? Like they have enough money, they live in Thailand, they don't need that much,
Right.
And plus, like Thai people, they're not that ambitious, right?
But also, Rodtank does commercials, Super Light does commercials.
Exactly,
they make more money doing that than they probably do fighting.
And plus, like it's not the same ethos about life. Where in the US, you may want a villa by the beach, you want a Lamborghini, you want all of these things.
Right.
In Thailand, they don't care at all. In Thailand, they want to be with their family, have a good time.
But also, I was telling you somebody yesterday. I was texting somebody yesterday. Why do you want to live in Thailand?
Exactly.
For that reason.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because, I mentioned to you yesterday at the gym, like, I really want to go to the beach, but I could just go upstairs and go to the pool.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's really good. And Thai people in general, they're very happy with what they have as long as they are with their family and friends and they have a good time, and that's it. So I think that's the first part. Like people are not motivated enough to do the hard work. They have what they want. And the second part is, I think, we give the UFC like so much bad press for all the lock-in contracts and all of those things. But that is what makes fighters come back. Because if you have an 8 fights, contract with the UFC, That's 8 fights that the UFC can capitalize on to create the story, to build to market yourself.
But also what you see them earning.
Yeah.
Look, I want fighters to earn as much money as they can.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a brutal thing. You can't do it for that long, and it could hurt you.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, first of all, the fighters have chosen to sign a contract with the UFC. That's the first thing. But the second thing is they probably make a lot more money that you don't see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Than what you do see.
Yeah, exactly. But that's definitely
right?
true.
And I don't think it's just the stars. So clearly Cormier made way more money than somebody who was ranked like 20th or out of the top 15. But those guys were still making, first of all, probably more money than they could working somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
But second of all, it's a training ground into other things. And like life is about sacrificing. You don't want to underpay them so that they're broke. But maybe those guys below the number 15 in their local community are getting paid for training and all these other things that they couldn't do if they weren't part of the UFC.
Exactly.
And I don't think, look, my grandmother said to me when I was a little boy, don't ever count anybody else's money.
Yeah.
Right? Because, first of all, even if they're really rich, you don't know if they're taking care of 3 separate families because they're brother and sister or handicapped or whatever. And on the other hand, people that look poor may have way more money. You don't know.
There's no, yeah.
So I'm not in the business of counting somebody else's money.
Yep. And I think that this type of contract that the UFC does allow them to rely on the fighters to actually come back.
Yeah,
and to
exactly.
actually build all of those stories, right? And so if you don't do that, if you say like, okay, those contracts are so bad, blah, 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 the fighters and stuff, then you end up in the situation like one championship when the fighters don't come back.
Yeah, because they're just not motivated. Like, why am I fighting this idiot?
Exactly. And if they don't come back, what can you do? There's
You
nothing
can't do
you
anything.
can do, right? Like when Rotten pulls out of a fight, like this is a disaster.
But that's why management matters.
That's what age.
That's why management matters.
So that's why, like, the way the UFC is built, maybe like there's a lot of stuff in the back end that makes their marketing so much easier. That's my point, right?
So, what do you think is going to happen with their boxing?
So I think this is actually. So okay, let's go there. So I think this is a really interesting move. First of all, we can't deny that boxing is the biggest fighting sport in the world. This is where all
by
the
pay,
money is.
by pay for sure. It's not even close.
And audience as well, because it goes hands in hand, right? Like it's the biggest by pay because this is where is the biggest audience.
Because it's the gentlest fighting sport there is. So
exactly,
there aren't a lot of female fans of MMA because it just gets kind of brutal.
Yeah.
Right, it's like, oh, like I remember when I first started watching, I'm like, that dude's on the ground and you're punching him in the face. I'm like, I can't watch that, but now I can easy.
It is tough, yeah. It's
right?
tough. Boxing is okay. It's brutal, definitely.
And it's just kind of one skill.
And plus, it's been there for a while, right? Like,
Yeah.
So
there's this massive history to it. It's like, is he better than Muhammad Ali? Is he better than Lennox Lewis? Is he better than...
And there's some iconic guys like this who...
Mike Tyson. You can still say
story.
Mike Tyson. Even if you've never seen him fight, you're like, oh, I've heard of Mike Tyson.
And they would have crazy stories, right? Like they've been out of poverty, they became somebody, they were standing for something during the 70s, 80s, like they were fighting for something. Like this is something, right? Boxing, right? There is a whole story and stuff. So it's huge. It's huge. So for a company like TKO, because that's where TKO was moving there, who has a system that works so well, such a well-oiled machine for putting off fight and events. Now that it's a public company, and even if it was not, but if just as a growth strategy to go to the bigger sports, I think it makes a lot of sense, right? Like this is.
And Dana White's always wanted to be in the boxing game. Go ahead.
And they really wanted to go there, probably because that's the bigger sport in terms of audience, money, and absolutely everything, right?
Yeah.
And also because they have the skills. Like they put off the best events. They do like so great stuff compared to everybody else, right? Like the UFC events are the best show you can watch on TV right now.
It's not even close.
So good, right? Like it's just so good.
Their production quality is just
production
insane.
quality is insane. The organization of the event is super good. There is never a big problem. Like they always find a solution. Like I don't know, they're just amazing, right? Like,
but I mean, even today's fight between Gaethje and Fiziev is a perfect example of this.
Exactly.
Like they didn't miss a beat. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so the UFC has a system. They are really good at what they do, and now they move to the bigger sports, right? So I think that makes a lot of sense, right? I think this is definitely makes sense. On the other hand, everything that the UFC does outside of MMA doesn't really work.
Like what?
Power slap? What's that? And they try. They are trying since a few years now. Really, like What's that? Their
I wouldn't watch Power Slap if you paid me.
exactly the wrestling league, like it's starting.
Grappling, you mean?
Yeah, the grappling league.
Yeah.
Starting, but they don't have the biggest name. Like I don't know. It's small, tiny, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everything they do outside of MMA so far doesn't really become something.
Go ahead.
Plus, boxing is something already. There is people, there is money, there is systems.
Right. When they first started doing this, there was
nothing.
There was nothing.
The UFC have never competed against anyone. They have created something from scratch. They have built something alongside other guys like WWE, for example. They also built something from scratch. They have never been in a position of competition. They have.
You know that wrestling's been around since I was a kid.
Yeah. So they've never been in a place of competition, like real competing against big guys established who have a lot of money. And right now, frankly, in the MMA world, all of those over there, the PFL and stuff like that, they are nowhere close to the UFC, so I don't even consider them as competitors.
No.
And they were not there at the beginning, right? Like the UFC was so much ahead before everybody started to appear. And
Exactly.
once again, they are so far away that they are not even competitors.
PFL is a competitor. I don't even consider them. No. I shouldn't be laughing because there's some very nice people.
Yeah,
but Don Davis is an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, he's an idiot.
Management, like going back to the management, Dana White's on every preparation promoting every fight. He's there at every event.
But he loves fighting. Don Davis just loves money, which I get.
Exactly. And this is a very different management philosophy and motivation and enjoyment for the sport that you can see in the results of the project that they are creating, right?
Exactly.
So that's why they're not even in competition. So that now that they are going into boxing, they have competition and tough competition and big competition and guys who are established with a lot of money. We've been doing that for a long time. There's probably corruption and plenty of systems there that are well established, well oiled, and it works. Nobody really complains. And on top of all of these things that I've just said, the fighters made so much money. So you can't even say we are going to make the fighter more happy. The only thing that scares everybody is that maybe the fighter will get less money, which can't be a good thing.
So are you done?
So yeah, so that's why I think that's pretty interesting.
I think it's super interesting as well, and for all of those reasons. But let me make a counter argument.
Okay, tell me.
They're being funded by the Saudis, who have more money than God.
Yep.
That's the first thing. The second thing is Saudi Arabia through Turkey Al Sheikh, has already worked with Matchroom and Top Rank and I forget the name of the other one, and paid them a ton of money. So they money grabbed from him, and he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
But the Saudis are never going to run out of money. And
they really want to do something.
And Dana White is taking a long-term view.
Yeah.
So you're right. At the beginning, they're not going to have the best fighters. But if you look at the progression of the UFC over time, and you're right, there was nothing there, so they filled a vacuum. But the WBC, the WBA, the IBF, they don't like each other. They would not. They'd all be happy if the other guy died.
Yeah.
Right. And who is it? Oscar De La Hoya doesn't get along with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn just started getting along with this guy in England. I can't remember his name. Frank something. Can't remember. And then Top Rank, Bob Arum is like 900 years old.
They are all very old, by the way.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn's young because he took over the business from his father. He's in his 40s, right? And he's not going away. But yeah. But if they take a long-term view, and they just start paying fighters bit by bit, training them, getting them into the Performance Institute, all this kind of stuff over time, over the next 10, 15, 20 years, a young boxer is not going to be used to making $25 million for his first champion fight. He's going to be getting used to making $7 million.
And plus, like I think it's Luke Thomas was saying that, like we always see the big paycheck in boxing, but actually the guy who are on the beginning of the main card or even in the
making nothing.
They make absolutely nothing, and it's comparable.
But they also have no guarantees.
Exactly, there is no guarantees. There's nothing. So
and there's no level, PI. There's nobody training them. They're just like some dude from Brooklyn.
Yeah, exactly. And so at this level, it's very comparable to what the guys now make in the UFC.
And John Jones never complains, I'm not rich enough.
Exactly.
And Daniel Cormier has a great life.
Exactly.
And even
champion of the UFC makes a lot of money.
Right, they do. And even what's his name, Oliveira.
Yeah, nobody complains.
Dude lives a great life.
Exactly. At this level, nobody complains about money.
So my point is, if they can just take the time and build into that, maybe what they do is they destroy all these other things, and then at some point. Because Bob Arum's going to die. And so is Frank, whose name I can't remember in the UK. And maybe Eddie Hearn just goes, I've made enough money. I don't know.
No, yeah, definitely. I think this is an interesting play. It's interesting. But the thing that's for sure for me is that Dana White has way more information than us. He's inside out. Like he knows everything. He knows everybody.
But they know how to do it. And now that they have the Saudi money.
And with the Saudi money, they have like so much information, way more than us. That if they move, it means they saw something. It means that there is a possibility to make it work somehow, right? That they see.
Yeah.
And
there's no downside for TKO because it's not really all their money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's all upside.
It's all upside. Exactly. So that's maybe a moment in time where there's an opportunity, that they can move on and build something out of that.
And also think about a boxing event that looks like a UFC event. Now it's going to be harder, right? Because UFC fights are 25 minutes and they're 5 rounds at the most.
Yep.
This fight's really one-sided.
Yep.
Is it Lemos in the black? Yeah.
It is.
She's just killing this little lady. It's a good takedown, though.
But so I think that's an interesting move to boxing. Let's see how that plays out. I don't think we're gonna have beat fighter at the moment.
No, they won't. But again, they don't have to.
Maybe that's not the strategy. Maybe that's just like a long-term play. But once again, I think Dana White has way more information than we do. Maybe that's just step one. Maybe they will acquire something, at some point.
Well, that's the other thing too. Is maybe they buy Matchroom Boxing.
In the next, 6 to 12 months, they just buy something, or they just try to build from the ground up.
But also remember, here's what I think they're going to do at the beginning, and they've kind of hinted at this. They're going to do 2 big fights a year.
Okay.
And think about now if those fights are not produced by, some crappy TV network. They're produced by the UFC. They're going to look great. They're going to look way better than they've ever looked. Maybe they do one of them at the Sphere. Who knows, right?
Yeah. Actually, maybe that's what they do. They just help the Saudis do great production.
But also, if they do 2 big fights a year, maybe they do it with established stars and they still keep working with these other guys. And then they use the presence of the established stars to say, do you want to fight on the same team as Canelo Alvarez? And then they get 4 more Mexican fighters to come in, right?
With like big contract.
With a big contract at the beginning. And then the newer, their contracts get smaller and smaller. But remember, over time, there's more money always.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
But yeah, I think this is an interesting move. Let's see how it plays out. I don't know what their ambition, how they... Let's see how it goes. I think that's pretty interesting what the moves.
I think it's super interesting. Get your toes off the fence.
Cannot do that.
You cannot do that.
Yeah.
Where's the ref?
Who is the referee? Abdin was refereeing one championship on Friday night. If he's there.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, so you definitely saw him.
I saw him on Monday morning.
No, you definitely saw him.
Oh, for sure. It was, but I saw him in an odd low.
Where?
I'm sure.
You were walking to the gym, though, right?
Abdin, you didn't comment in the chat why you were there, because I was walking to the gym and arriving in Unnut, in Unnut.
So you're walking
from my place to Unnut
towards 54.
Towards
Yeah, because Unnut Station's over here.
Yeah.
And 54 is over here.
So I was walking to Unnut, and just before I turned left into what's the sorry
54.
Okay, so just before I turned left, there's this building.
No, 56. Sorry.
Sukhumvit Hills. Do you see Sukhumvit Hills?
Oh, that's before. That's over here.
But
yeah.
just that's on the way from.
Yeah, it's a new building, but yeah.
Just before I turned, and in Sukhumvit Hills there's a coffee shop. It was there. And it's like all big window, right? So sorry, I just give the location to everybody. But so
what was he doing there? Where was he staying?
Having a coffee at 9 a.m. And I was like,
is he really big?
He's big.
But he was sitting down, yeah.
He was sitting down having a coffee at 9 a.m. in Unnut. I was like, why?
I know why.
So maybe there's a. Yeah,
I know why. So when you walk to the gym, do you walk on your side of the road, or do you cross the street and walk on the other side of the road?
So I cross in the middle, but on that part of my journey, I was on the Sukhumvit Hills side.
Right.
So the gym side.
But somewhere over here, there's a Marriott or something where he was probably staying. No,
it's on your side. Like it's not from my house to the gym. It's from the gym to your house.
No. There's a different one.
There's no Marriott there. There's a Marriott just next to where I live, but it's far from the gym. There's plenty of.
Maybe he was staying at Sukhumvit Hills. Airbnb?
No.
It's not done yet.
It's a office building.
Oh.
There is no apartment there. That's why I was thinking maybe he has a meeting there. That's the only thing I can think of.
What meeting does he have there?
That's why I was thinking maybe one championship have an office there.
Maybe.
That would be the only thing that I can think of, because if he stays anywhere in Bangkok, they would have coffee shop and breakfast and stuff like that. He would not go to Unut to have a breakfast.
Yeah, fair enough.
You see what I
Maybe he
mean?
was staying at the Marriott over here, like
Yes, but
like DJ.
Sukhumvit 57, right? And so if he was there, then why would go to Unut for breakfast? There's like a million coffee
Maybe he
shops
was going for a walk
and stuff in Unut.
for exercise. I have no idea. Yeah, but you're right. That coffee shop down is huge. The first floor, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge, and the only reason I think we would go there is because you have a meeting in Sukhumvit. Maybe like you arrive a little bit early and just went there. That's the only reason why I see that.
Yeah.
Or the other reason is that he party all night. It was just like
But where?
on the way back home.
But where?
In Bangkok, there is stuff everywhere. So
Is there?
I would not be surprised.
I'm not doing a lot of partying.
I would not be surprised that there is a beach stuff and around.
This fight was so one way.
Yep. So
It's just so one way.
she was like the better ranked fighter, right? Or not?
What, the woman in the black?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, look at her. She's just so much more skilled than the other lady.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Even when she got taken down,
Mm-hmm.
she managed to
like
escape or reverse. Yeah, this fight was not even close.
Okay, let's see. What's the next fight?
Aren't we getting into the top part of the card now? Because what time is it? It's 11 o'clock.
3 more fights.
So-
Jalin Turner against Ignacio Bahamondes.
And then it's Gaethje.
JG Fiziev.
And then it's
Pereira.
Pereira.
Voila. Fiziev is number 11.
Yeah, but he also hasn't fought in 2 years.
Yeah.
18 months, something like that.
Mm. But yeah, I really wonder why like so many guys pull out of fights at one championship. And superstar, like not small guys, right?
Right.
It's like superstar. Like really wonder why. At least this big card in like this March, 23rd of March, I think in Tokyo, they do like the biggest I think card they've ever done with Rotten, Super Light, Tawanshai.
In Tokyo.
In Tokyo, like this is massive cards. Every stars of one championship is on the same card. Until they
pull out.
So far, nobody did, I think. But
where are they fighting in Tokyo? Tokyo Dome?
Tokyo Dome, I think, yeah. But it's a massive event. It's gonna be super cool.
Tokyo Dome's huge.
Okay, it's big.
It's huge.
Rotten is fighting Takeru.
Yep.
And I don't know. Oh, Super Light is fighting Nabil Hanan. I don't think you heard about Nabil Hanan.
I do not.
So they are in the 66 kilo weight class.
Mhm.
Okay. Super Light is around our height. I don't know, 170 something.
Yeah.
203 maybe. Nabil Hanan is 190. 190. Super Light loaded him reduce. You see the
But then how do you fight that guy?
So
Because you can't take him down.
so that's Muay Thai. It's not MMA.
I know, that's what I mean. You can't take him down. So, like, how do you...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, Volk was in
Phuket recently.
a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
And now he's in
He's
Vegas.
in Vegas, yeah. Mm-hmm. He must be tired.
Who's he fighting? He's fighting Diego Lopez.
For the title. That Topuria just left for some reasons.
What's your prediction? I can already make a prediction.
For Topuria?
No.
Oh, for Volk?
For Volk versus...
I hope he wins. If he doesn't, it's just... Diego Lopez is not that good, really. So I don't think he's that good. I don't really like him. But he's struggled against Ortega. It was complicated for him. I hope Volk win, really. If he doesn't, he should just retire. It's going to be a disaster.
So, I think Volk's going to retire.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think he's going to lose this fight.
So you think he's going to lose and then retire? Oh, yeah. That would be fine for me.
Because he's got so many other things going on.
Yeah.
Right? The biggest thing with a fighter is, like, what do I do after I've done fighting? Because the only thing I've done my whole life is fight.
And then if you have nothing to do, yeah.
Yeah, but also you have no other way to make money. And, like, Volk's smart.
Yeah.
And he's creative, and he's an interesting dude, and he's got a big following, right?
Yeah.
But he does this whole channel, I told you, like cooking with Volk. And he loves it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really like Diego Lopez. I don't think he's impressive to me.
Yeah, I don't love this guy either. And
Yeah.
I know this is going to sound strange, but like, get a haircut that like that makes you look like a guy. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing?
But this one, Chandler and Pimblet, that's to me is very interesting.
Well, because Pimblet's not fought anybody that's that good, has he?
No, never. That's the first time. I don't think so.
And Chandler's hard to knock out.
And
Chandler is a machine.
Has Chandler has been knocked out ever?
Yeah.
By who?
Was it Poirier? I can't remember who it was.
Oh, okay. So it takes somebody like Poirier to knock out Chandler.
Yeah.
Because this guy is just like insane.
I forget who it was, but a couple of guys have knocked him out.
Let me check. I'm very curious because...
But this card is going to be great. Is this next month? This is 3/14, yeah? Yeah.
Yep. It's Saturday, April 12th.
We got to do this.
We get to do it. Yeah, we can do it. As always.
Bryce Mitchell, Jeff Neal versus Carlos Pereira, Nikita Krylov versus Dominic Reyes. This is going to be a great card.
Actually, sorry, Chandler lost against Dustin Poirier. Round 3. Rear naked choke.
Oh, my favorite. I could have done that.
By Poirier.
Which is weird because Poirier is not a submission artist.
Definitely not. He doesn't know anything about it. Then he lost. Okay, he got just KO by Charlie Vera in 2021.
Oh, that's right, by Charles Oliveira.
And Patricio Pitbull in 2019 at Bellator.
At Bellator.
But in the UFC, only Oliveira. But then the last fight against Oliveira was a decision.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't even close.
Nope. But then otherwise, it's only the decision.
What's his record in the UFC? 3-5.
2-4.
2-4.
2 wins and 4 losses.
Right. So he.
No, but wait. He only fought Charlie Vera, Justin Gaethje, Tony Ferguson, Dustin Poirier, Charlie Vera. It's big fights.
Yeah, but he didn't win any of them.
Yeah, but he didn't find.
He beat Tony Ferguson, who's old.
Exactly. Yeah.
And should be retired.
And then he only fought Charlie Vera, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier.
Wait, so who he beat? He's 2-4, right?
So 4 is.
But who did he lose to?
Charlie Vera twice.
Sorry, who did he beat? I mean,
Tony Ferguson.
Twice?
Oh, Dan Hooker. Sorry, Dan Hooker.
Okay, that's weird that he beat Dan Hooker.
KO first round.
Yeah, but that's possible.
Yeah, so that's why I think she's gonna go the same way as Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett can't handle the volume and the strength of.
And Michael Chandler's got a chin.
He's got a chin. He's insane. He's moving forward. He's just.
Yeah, he's just going after you, and his body's like 100% muscle, 0% fat.
Exactly, he's just swinging around until something touches
hits.
you.
Right, until something hits.
Like this fight against Justin Gaethje was just insane. Actually, that's what I sent you, like the no skills but fun fight. The two guys just swing around. It's like a bar fight for like 25 minutes.
Bar fight, exactly.
It's like
they were drinking, smoking, and punching.
Exactly, like it went the distance, like 3 rounds. Unanimous decision for Justin Gaethje, but it's 3 rounds of swinging around.
Yeah.
I don't think there is a world where Paddy Pimblett can handle this type
I just want to see that guy lose.
Paddy Pimblett?
He just seems like a jerk in real life.
You remember when I sent you his interview about his Muay Thai thing?
Yeah.
And nobody could understand anything?
Right. They're like, that guy speaks Thai really well.
Exactly. That was very funny. But yeah, so Michael Chandler, I think, gonna be pretty interesting fight. He's just very funny guy. But yeah, but that's the 2nd time that he fights somebody outside of the top of the top.
Right. So I want to see him get killed.
So let's see how it goes.
Metaphorically.
Yep.
Like, I want to see him lose.
Because Paddy Pimblett.
Because he's another guy that, he fancies himself Conor McGregor.
Oh, yeah.
And Conor McGregor's 1 of 1.
Yeah, no, there's nobody.
There's just nobody else.
Yep. So Paddy Pimblett has done a lot of fights actually in the UFC. Huh? This is actually funny. Paddy Pimblett has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights already in the UFC.
He's undefeated, yeah?
He's undefeated, but wait. All the guys that he beat, Luigi Vendramini.
Never heard of him.
Rodrigo Vargas.
Okay.
Jordan Leavitt.
Yeah, but did you see the Levitt fight, though?
No.
I think he lost that fight.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go back and watch it. Now, who else?
Jared Gordon.
Oh, no, so the Jared Gordon fight, he definitely lost. That's the one I'm talking about, yeah.
Tony Ferguson and Chin Green.
Right, but Tony Ferguson old.
Yeah. So in
And King Green, we saw today. Knocked out in the first round.
And so in 6 fights, he's still ranked like 12 in the UFC, right? So it's very slow, like very, very slow. So now you fight Michael Chandler. That's fight number 7. Start to be a lot of fight, huh? It start to be a lot of fight.
Yeah, but Michael Chandler, come on, Mike.
Exactly. I think this is...
Let me give Michael Chandler a call. Hey, dude. Yeah, it's Michael. No, I know. Yeah, we both have the same name. You got to end this guy.
Exactly. He's never fought anyone at this level.
No.
Never, ever. He doesn't know what is Michael Chandler.
No. Even, what was the other promotion he was in?
It was...
In England or something?
W. I don't know what's the name of it.
It was some kind of like...
He lost there, huh? He lost 3 times. 11 wins, 3 losses.
In the other promotion, yeah.
He's in the UFC since 2021, so it's been a while since.
2021, so this is his 4th year, but really 3 years of fighting, and he's had 7 fights. Okay, so he's been pretty active, but not fought anybody of any note, except for Jared Gordon.
Yep.
And Josh Levitt, maybe, but still.
Yeah, nobody like Michael Chandler, for sure. And I don't think he can handle that.
Could you imagine him fighting like Justin Gaethje?
Yeah.
Or Dustin Poirier?
Yeah. No.
Like, what would Poirier do to Paddy Pimblett?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just...
First of all, because he's not a serious person.
Yep.
And, you know, Gaethje's a serious person.
But all the top of his division, like Makhachev is 1 of 1. Then there is Judgy.
Could you imagine Makhachev fighting Paddy Pimblett?
I mean, it's the same as Moi channel. We have no fight. First round submission done. Finish.
Yeah, but Moicano at least has probably had a chance.
Yeah.
But Paddy Pimblett, no chance.
It was Moi channel is fun, right? Like, it's just like...
Yeah, but he also had no time to train.
Yeah.
And it's less the physical training. It's more like the psychological training. If I've got to fight Islam Makhachev.
Yeah. You have to accept that you have 0 chance.
Right. Okay.
Okay, let's do this fight.
What fight class? What weight class is this?
So this is... Let's see. What is that? Just a second to go to the website.
This guy's had a lot of fights. He's 16-5.
Oh, wow. Lightweight.
Okay.
But what's the ranking of those guys? I don't know. Oh. So Jalen Turner is 13 in the ranking, and the other guy is not ranked in the lightweight division. That high in the card. That's interesting. That they do such
an unranked guy.
Yeah, unranked guy
against a 13-ranked guy.
In the lightweight division, so that's like the most...
It's the toughest division.
Yeah, exactly, toughest, yeah. That's funny. So who is the other guy?
I'm not going to the gym today.
You didn't know, yeah.
I might go after we do this, but I think my body needs a break.
Yeah. That's what happens sometimes. It's good for your body to just recover, build the muscle, and then go back. You know, and often that's what happens.
So what's Jalen Turner's record?
He's 14-8. Jalen Turner. The other guy is 16-5.
He's 14-8.
14-8, yeah.
So he's lost a lot of fights.
A lot of fights. Even the other guy is 16-5.
Yeah.
It's not like...
But some of those fights may not have been in the UFC.
So in the UFC is 5-2.
Who's that, Jalen Turner?
None of the other
guy.
But he's unranked. Why they do like that as a third fight? Is it like a short notice thing? Or?
Yeah, maybe somebody dropped out.
I don't remember, yeah. Yeah, we talked so much about the Pereira fight that we didn't check anything else. So in the UFC, Jalen Turner is 7-5.
7-5?
7-5.
Okay, that's not a great record.
And he lost against Renato Moicano. That's weird. But they do that.
It's very weird, but 7-5 is not a great record. Why is he 13th ranked?
Yep.
In a division that's stacked.
He beat King Green. That's maybe how he got in the top.
But again, King Green's 800 years old.
Yeah, but he was in the top 15, so that's how maybe they got in there. But his last 4 fights, Jalin Turner, he lost 3. Gamrot, Dan Hooker, Moicano.
Oh, no.
Moicano is very funny.
I've never seen Hooker fight.
I've never seen Hooker
I
fight.
really wanted to see this because I've heard him speak a lot, right? Because he's kind of a funny guy. But I've never seen him fight.
So I saw him fight his last fight, I think. Dan Hooker against his last fight.
I can't remember.
Nothing impressive to me. Huh? It was okay. He won. But I don't know. Not impressive at all to me. It's not like you're like, oh wow, he's very dangerous or something. Nothing. Chicago. Okay, let's see because
Is he Puerto Rican? What flag is that?
is it Chile or Puerto Rico?
That's a good question.
Let's change.
Where's Renata when you need her? She's like, as long as it's not Argentina.
She maybe watching. Hello, Renata. Yeah, that's Chile.
Chile.
Chile. Let me double check the Puerto Rico because Porto. That's almost the same.
Right?
That's Puerto Rico.
Yeah. So it's almost the same, right?
And Chile is just like.
So he just doesn't have the stripes or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Kind of.
the stripe. There's only 2 stripe, and this one, just 2 stripe. 1, 2. Let's say.
Yeah.
And this one is more. That's it.
So we've never been to a UFC fight either.
No. And by the way, the UFC that we did in Singapore a few years ago that we missed, you remember?
Oh, yeah.
That was a crazy card. Like, I saw that.
Did you go back and look at the card? Because all I know is that Wei Li Zhang was on that card. That's all I know.
It was a crazy card. Let me just tell you.
Okay, this fight started. Is this a 3-round fight? Yeah.
So, the fight was insane. The card. It was in June 2022, so we were there.
Yeah, we were. We'll be in Singapore in 2 weeks, by the way.
Yep. So, Teixeira against Prussia.
Okay.
That's when
Glover.
Prussia... Yeah, exactly.
That's when he won the fight. That's when Teixeira...
Shevchenko against Santos.
Oh, wow.
And Zhang Weili against Joanna.
Oh, wow.
It was a real weird card.
Where did they do it?
They did it at the Singapore Indoor Stadium.
That's the one you can see
I
from...
think, yeah, from
Marina Bay Sands.
Yeah, and that's the one that opened and closed.
Yeah.
So
this fight's not going well for this Bahamones guy.
Okay, let's see.
Jalen Turner took him down. These guys are 6'3".
How much is that in centimeters?
Like 190. They're tall.
190?
They're 6 inches taller than we are. So it's 180. No. It's 185.
Okay, wow. For lightweight. Okay. I mean, that's much of it. He's 185.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's not okay.
Actually, no, it's taller than that. Sorry.
It's taller than that?
It's 190.
190?
If they're 6'3", it's 190.
6'3".
This is a pretty good fight so far. Are you checking?
No, I was checking out just the event in Singapore because they did another one with Matt Holloway against the Korean Zombie
In Singapore?
in Singapore.
They should come to Bangkok.
Or just 20 seats. I don't know which year. Yeah, pretty cool.
Look at this. Turner's just killing this guy.
They should definitely come to Bangkok. Imagine if we would do an event in Bangkok. Oh, la, la.
The thing is, there are enough people here that can afford a ticket
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
and that love fighting.
They have a huge fan base here. But there's no Thai fighter. We need to understand why there's no Thai fighter.
I think we know why.
Why?
Fight's over.
Already? He won?
How did he win? I thought that Turner was winning.
He did a submission from below?
I blinked.
Yeah, just look.
I just looked at you and I was like, because I thought Turner was winning.
We didn't see. We missed like 10 seconds of the fight. Not even that, like 5 seconds.
I think it was like 3 seconds of the fight.
What happened?
Yeah, I mean, that guy's, if he just keeps losing like this, it's not good, right?
Nope.
Show the replay. I want to see what happened.
So he was definitely on top, and then what happened? He got his arm.
Did he triangle him? Yeah, look at that.
Oh. That would choke with his legs, basically. Wow.
He tapped. I think he tapped too early. He tapped his head. He tapped his shoulder, yeah.
So he did like the arm head thing.
Yeah, with his legs.
With his legs, basically. Oh, that's Belal Muhammad, no?
That guy's also old too.
Oh, really?
38.
Oh, really? And Sam, he had like 25 fights before he could be a champion.
I don't think he was very popular inside the UFC.
Nope.
I want to see how old he is before I talk out of school. Bilal.
He's doing the fights, man.
He's 36 years old.
Not just 46, yeah. It's old to become a champion for sure. But this is really bad. Like he got submission from the guy below.
It sucks, right? Because he's 29 years old. He's not like old.
With Gentano?
Yeah.
Oh,
27, I think. One of them's 27, the other one's 29. So let's meet in the middle. But I mean, what's he going to do?
Yeah. He got only losses, Gentano. But the other guy, great, like, yeah. One more win. Nice wrestling, because to do that submission from below like this, it's not.
No, if you're on the bottom and you're winning,
yeah,
that's very highly skilled.
It's something, huh? It's something.
But I mean, in the first round,
yeah,
that's got to be embarrassing.
But which means that Gillian didn't know the guy was really, really good on the
because he took him down.
Yeah, that's why. That's my point. Like,
but he must be great at BJJ, right?
So that's
because that's like a jiu-jitsu move, no?
Yeah, really, really jiu-jitsu. So that's why, like, if you know that, why you would go on the ground? If you know that the guy is much better than you, maybe Gillian thought he was good as well.
But also, Jalen's got to be physically stronger than him. If you just look at them, no?
Yeah.
I think he gave up too early.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know what it's like to have your legs around your neck, but still, there's got to be a way to slip out of that.
Okay, I don't know. This is interesting. Okay, let's see.
But what's the next fight?
So the next one is Deji.
Right.
So perfect. We are getting faster on Deji.
Yeah, because the last two of the last three fights
ended very fast, no?
Yeah, so the ladies' fight in the middle went the full
thing.
Full 3 rounds. But the previous fight, it was like knockout in the first round. Yeah. And this is a submission in the first round.
And the one just before as well was a...
The one before was the ladies' fight.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
There was not one in the middle?
No, I don't think so. I'm watching this again.
It's a nice submission, though. Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, that was a Yeah, okay, yeah. Knockout first round, ladies fight, and then submission first round.
What a waste. I mean, good for this guy, right?
Yeah, good.
What is he now, 5-2 in the UFC?
In the UFC, let me check.
Because the other guy's now 7-6.
It's not good for him, for sure.
No, he's probably going to get released.
So, Ignacio...
Not sure how to spell his last name.
Yeah.
Bonhamide, it's spelled any way you want.
Let me tell you. It's a bit slow.
I think he's 5-2 now, because I think before he said he was 4-2.
Okay.
He was 16-5 in total.
Yeah.
And I think he said he was 4-2 inside the UFC. So you even like 17-5, not a bad record.
No, it's not bad, huh?
Because you want to lose early.
Yeah.
So you can learn, right? Or lose to a guy that's great, so you can learn some stuff. But the further you get into your career, the less you want to lose. But again, Bilal Muhammad's 36. Who's he going to fight next?
It's this guy. Marzo Treban. What is he doing there?
What a schmuck.
He's fighting De La Maddalena, Jack De La Maddalena.
Ah, right.
for the title for
in Miami.
defending his belt. Yeah,
That's in Miami, right?
yep. Which, when you think about it, is really crazy.
That's him, right?
No, that's Diego Lopez.
That's Diego Lopez. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So this fight against like Jack de la Maddalena, yeah, 6-2 now, 6-2 in the UFC. Yeah. And so this fight against Jack is actually pretty insane because they were supposed to Belal was supposed to fight Shavkat in this December. Belal got injured, so Shavkat fought the other guy.
Ian Machado Gary.
Yeah, exactly, Gary. And somehow, Gary did a very, very great fight against Shavkat. And nobody wanted to fight Shavkat because he was so good.
He's a monster, apparently.
Beat everyone. Gary jumped in short notice to replace Belal Muhammad. And that's a very, very great fight. I think he lost by decision, but like 3-1-2.
Yep.
And on the ground, he was really good and stuff like that.
Yep.
During this fight, he injured Shavkat. And so now that Belal is okay, he can't fight against Shavkat.
Right.
And so Shavkat Belal is fighting for the title, the next guy, which was
Jack.
So Shavkat really lost twice, basically, because he couldn't do the title shot in
Because Bilal was injured.
December, because Belal was injured. And then he can't do the title shot because...
What did he injured his knee, right?
Sorry?
He injured his knee in that fight.
Because he didn't back out, he did the fight, but he got injured, so he can't get the next... Like, he lost two title shots. Then he's in this game where everything is so fast.
Yeah.
That can change everything. No?
Sure.
Because if Jack wins, imagine, then Jack could have a title shot against Makhachev. Because Makhachev doesn't want to fight Belal. And so Jack can wait again.
But you make way more money as a champion, right?
Exactly.
So Bilal definitely does not want to give up that belt.
No, for sure.
And he's going to want to fight against this guy, Jack Della Maddalena. He's going to fight as well as he possibly can.
Oh, for sure.
But Maddalena is young.
Yeah.
And very strong. I don't know how skilled he is. I haven't seen a lot of his fights.
Nope. Neither do I.
But the point is that he could lose that fight.
Jack or Belal?
I mean, both of them could lose, but I think Bilal's, again, old.
Yeah.
And he spent years like fighting against the wins of the UFC, who didn't give him a championship fight until then. Against Leon, right?
It was a very bad fight against Leon. Terrible fight.
Ugh, it was a yucky fight.
Yeah, but that was the fight that I hope doesn't happen
Right.
tonight.
So
It's
Leon fought
Ankalaev.
terribly. That fight was apparently at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Right.
Leon was like, I don't want to fight at that time.
Right.
He said, you have to. And then it was like, okay, fine.
Fine.
I just do nothing. It was so weird. I just really hope that title fight doesn't happen tonight with Pereira and Ankalaev.
Yeah, same.
So, yeah, Belal Muhammad now is the champion. He doesn't want to fight Makhachev. So Makhachev is trapped in the lightweight division.
Yeah, again, so Makhachev is now trapped as well
Exactly.
because he's beaten everybody.
He's beaten everybody. He has nothing to do.
And there was only like 1 or 2 fights that were even close.
Yeah, but mostly like he just destroy everybody. So that's why like, the only chance for Makhachev is Belal to lose. So then Makhachev can fight Jack. That's the only thing that Makhachev can do right now.
Right. But is Makhachev rooting for Bilal Muhammad, who's his brother, to lose?
Exactly. So maybe not. So then.
But it's weird that those guys won't fight each other because they're not like they're both Dagestani. Like, what's his name? Bilal Muhammad's from Ohio. Do you know what I mean?
Really? He's from Ohio?
Yeah, he's from Ohio. Like, I get the religious thing.
He's American?
Yeah, he's American. Well, it's like Stipe Miocic sounds like he's from somewhere in Central Asia. I mean, Central Europe, right? But he's not. He's also from Ohio.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? But his parents are from like Romania. I can't remember where.
Okay. Poland, maybe? I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but his last name is Miocic, and his parents, instead of calling him like Bill Miocic, were like, we're going with Stipe.
Okay. That's interesting.
And again, what happens to Tsarukian?
Yeah, it's Harukian, like.
Because same thing. He had a chance for it when he was cutting weight. He hurt his back or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is completely possible.
And the UFC was not happy at all about it.
No.
Zero. Really zero. They were like really mad at
They're
him.
like, yeah, no.
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 Dead
The
to
night
it.
before?
Exactly. UFC doesn't like when you do things like that. Huh? Which really proves that that's a business. Yeah, like it's not just like a fight game. We're not nice to the fighters. Like you are part of the business. You get to understand. You roll into this. And
That's my point. It's like Goldman Sachs.
And if you don't
The
help
day
us,
before a gigantic trade, you can't be like, oh, I think my tummy hurts.
Oh, we can't do the trade. That we are sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, my stuff. I think I ate something bad last night.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Exactly. Yeah.
We used to have this thing. So the morning meeting, I told you, this was at Morgan Stanley. The morning meeting was every day at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the head of the trading desk would always say, like, I don't care what you do, when you're not at work. I don't care. On a Tuesday night, you can go out and go nuts, but get your sorry ass into the office by 7 a.m.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just
don't care.
Yeah. Do whatever you want to do, but be there, right? Same thing for the UFC.
You've made a promise to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, it's true.
And to everybody else, you're going to be there.
And plus, that it's true. Like, if you have a problem during your preparation, it's really a problem on you. Like, it's a lack of skills.
Yeah, because like even Volkanovski was saying, it's like he started cutting weight.
Yeah.
Already.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, and he's in his best weight
for sure
condition that he said he's ever been in.
Yeah.
So if you need to lose like 10 kilos the night before the fight, that's on you.
That's completely on you.
It's just bad prep.
And if you fail at something, you hurt your back or something, what does it mean? It means like you don't know how to do preparation.
Yeah.
So you need more.
You don't know how to cut weight. Like
exactly, you don't know how to cut weight.
You've had 25 fights.
That's part of the fighting game. You need to know how to prep yourself, how to cut weight, and all of these things. So if you fail into this period, I understand the UFC being like you just don't know how to do that, right?
Right.
So it puts you into a big event because what if you pull out again, right? Like if you don't.
But also they have these PIs, right?
Yeah. So
and the PIs go both ways. They're there to help you, but they're to go like, why didn't you use it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. True. And plus, like, they give meals to the fighters. They do a lot of stuff. Like, they do a lot of stuff to help the fighters make sure they're here during the event and stuff like that.
So this was the thing that Michael Venom Page taught me.
Yeah.
Right. We've had this conversation before. He was like, I couldn't believe just how different it was.
Yeah.
Fighting in the UFC. Everything is taken care of.
Yeah.
Everything.
So I think this is part of the process to make sure the fighters show up.
Yeah. But that's the thing with one championship.
Exactly, going back to the too much fashion. Now that I had this thought of maybe that's a problem on the fighter, it makes a lot of things that the UFC does make a lot of sense now, way more,
Yeah.
Because you are in the game of getting your fighter to come back, actually.
Right.
This is the one thing you have to do.
Yeah, the PI is not like a gift to the guys. It's like you need to be there on Thursday.
You need to be on Thursday.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, like most of those guys, like because they're not really like athletes that you can have, in the NBA or in the NFL or in soccer.
In what way?
In the way that it's guys who are fighting. The background is different. They come most of the time from a very difficult situation. They have like a small team around them. It's maybe like 5 people at the most, right? When you play in soccer and NBA or NFL, you have hundreds of people in your team who are there also to support you on a daily basis, right?
Yep.
So it's super hard. Like
trainers, everything, like massage therapists, everything.
Dietitian, you are in a team as well of like 20 people, right? So I think it's very hard to get out of the system, right?
Yeah.
When you're fighting, if you go back home and you have nobody except your trainer and maybe two buddies, and you're in a small gym and stuff like that, it's very easy, I think, to pull out, right? Or to get crazy, or to get because that's a crazy sport. So at the core, you need to be like fighters.
Right. It's more than just what happens in the gym and in the ring.
Way more. It's all their personal life. Like you can see John Jones, right? Like John Jones is a crazy thing. I think that's just like the most extreme case, but I'm pretty sure that they all have pretty extreme stuff happening into their life.
Right.
But we don't know about. But just get them out, of just the flow, because that's just their life, right? They are just different people, right?
Yeah. Think about like what's his name? Masvidal's life is like.
Yeah, for example. So
it's got to be insanity.
So it had to be insanity. And
didn't he like challenge Colby Covington to a fight like in the street? One of those guys were just like punching each other in the street. They hate each other.
I think that's what happened to him. He got KO in the street, Masvidal, no? Or one of those.
I can't remember what the outcome was, but like those two dudes met up in the street and just started fighting.
This is crazy. So that's why I think this is just different type of athletes.
Yeah.
And so you're in the game of getting them to come back. If you can't get them to come back, the game is completely different.
So you make a really great point, and I'm sure this is true in football, meaning global football. In the same way that,
right?
Yeah, but in the same way that it is in American football. There's a facility that they have, and they do all these like training things for the guys that play. And
they all live around there.
Like and there's a massive, and the facility's open most of the year.
Yeah, and we have massive staff.
And they have massive staff. They're probably as many staff, if not more, than there are players.
For sure, way more for sure. Like a team like PSG in France, they employ hundreds of people for like 20 players.
Right.
And plus, they have all the people that will take care of the families, school for the children, your home is taken care of, your trip to the facilities, training centers are taken care of. You do absolutely nothing. The only thing you do is be in the system.
Is play football.
And then you play
Practice and play.
football.
Practice and play. Yeah.
And everything is taken care of for you because there's a massive system and everybody lives in Paris, right? So it's much, that's the way it works, right? When Messi leaves Barcelona to move to Paris, his entire family moves with him.
Right.
And now they live in Paris. Now they go to school in Paris, the children and stuff like that, right?
And UFC is different because...
This is very different. Those guys, they have their life and they stay into their life, basically, right? And
then
sometimes...
And there's no central place.
There's no central place. Twice a year, they have to go to an event.
Some of them live in Florida, some live in Tennessee, some of them live in Vegas, some live in LA,
Exactly.
they all live all over the place.
Exactly. And plus, because of the nature of the sport, where they just fight like twice a year, for example, then they really need to be on their game just twice a year. It's very small, right? So all the rest of the time, they have so much time.
Right.
Like, it's so easy to get crazy, to
And
get drunk.
it's bad to have that much time.
It's so bad to have very low support, maybe like 5 guys at your gym, your trainer,
But
and
you're
2
right,
other
though.
guys.
The tendency to do bad things,
So much easier.
particularly for the guys, even at the high level, because they're making so much money.
Yeah.
I mean, this was Volk was saying this a couple of years ago. He was like, I don't have anything to do.
Exactly.
I don't have anything to do. I have a beautiful house. My kids are in great schools.
I'm just bored.
I've got a nice car. I've got plenty of money.
Yeah.
And I've got nothing to do.
I'm just bored.
And it gets to your head.
It's for sure. I think
I told you, this happens to me. I know you think that that's funny, but it happens to me all the time because it's like, I'm on recordings.
Yeah.
We've made it. We've made a lot of money.
Yeah. What do we do now?
What do I do now?
Yeah.
I try to find all the stuff we try to do, but like I try to find it. Some days I told you, I wake up and I'm like, am I being productive at all?
And that feeling is, I think, is the worst, right?
It's scary.
It's scary. I agree. It's really the worst that can happen. I think those fighters who have to be extreme guys by definition to be willing to do that type of crazy stuff.
So I need that. So I get it what he's saying because like tomorrow I've got 2 recordings. I need to do all the writing. I've already done all the other prep work and stuff, right? But like the stress around, am I prepared?
But good stress, that's stress that you like.
Yeah, I don't mind that stress at all, but that's the stress that I love. But when I don't have that to do, I'm just like,
horrible.
What am I doing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So imagine for good guys.
That's my point.
With only 2 recordings a year.
Right. So imagine 2 recordings a year.
Imagine does that. Imagine we just do
in between. What do you do?
And SFF. That's it.
What do you do?
That's all we do.
Right.
We have to prep for that. We have to do all the things, but it's not gonna take all of our time, right? So what else do we do?
But that's one of the reasons why I go to the gym.
Is that
is to keep myself disciplined.
Yeah, exactly.
To keep so you're not, again, like Volk said, so you're not drinking all the time. You're not doing that because if you want to be fit, you can't do other things.
For these 2 moments, you have to make so much sacrifice, and this discipline, I think, is very hard.
Yeah, it's super hard because on any individual day, you just be like, today doesn't matter.
Exactly.
But if today doesn't matter, then does tomorrow matter?
Exactly. Yeah.
And how about Friday?
And then done. Exactly.
And then you're just screwed.
You're just done.
And that's the biggest worry for these guys.
Yes. And they don't have the support that they can have in the NBA or the NFL. And NBA, NFL, soccer, they play heavy week. They like so
the NBA, 82 games a year.
Yeah, it's massive.
Spread out over 6 months.
Yeah.
But it means you're always with the team.
Always with the team.
And you're always traveling. And everybody's watching you.
And you always have a next goal that's very close.
Yeah. And there's a curfew, which means like you can't be out until 3 o'clock in the morning because you'll get fined and all this other crap. Yeah.
So that keeps you in.
But no one does this for these guys.
No one does it.
And that's what makes this even harder.
And that's super hard.
Plus, an NBA guy's not getting punched in the face.
Exactly.
And kicked in the leg.
So I think there's a few guys, for example, JG or Poirier, who are very smart fighters, and who can probably.
But the discipline's insane, man.
Discipline's crazy. And so that's why I think most of the fighters actually really struggled with that discipline.
But that's why DC now is so huge, because he's like, you know what? I'm drinking. I'm having donuts.
Exactly.
But even look at Khabib.
Yeah.
He's not fit.
No.
He's a little chubby.
Yeah. Tell him that.
I'll let Makachev tell him that.
Khabib, you look great.
Khabib, I love you. Just so you know.
Really look great.
You look great.
Strong.
Everything. You look fit and trim. Smart, rich. Very smart. You're a family man among family men.
Oh, yeah, no, everything. You're an idol for most men. But so that's
I couldn't be 1/10 the man you are.
Yeah, let's say that.
That's probably the only true thing I just said.
But so that's why I think I think it's a big challenge actually to get those guys to come back and to keep them in shape, motivated, cut the weight. Like Rotten lost his belt in the one championship because he didn't make the weight.
All right.
I think this is not a Rotten problem. Rotten did 300 fights. professional fight.
Right.
He knows how to cut weight.
Right. It's like a why am I in this organization problem.
I think it's more like a motivation problem of why am I just doing this fight, right? Like there's no point of me doing this fight. So it doesn't do the effort anymore.
But I do wake up every day and I do think like, if I have to be on camera all year, I can't be 180 pounds.
No, you can't. Definitely.
I just can't be.
Yep. But if we were just doing 2 events a year, it would be so much harder.
Oh my God, it would just be so hard.
So hard to.
But even you saw Paddy Pimblett at the beginning. He was bulking up in a bad way.
Yep.
Okay, this fight's going to be great.
Okay, let's see.
There's history of Justin Gaethje.
Let's see.
Again, one of the best loved fighters.
Smart, everything.
Everything.
Very good.
Trains well, fights well, very skilled. Fiziev.
Always does crazy fight as well. All of the Gaethje fight are fights. Like there is always something happening.
Yeah, you never watch a Gaethje fight and you're just like, that was a little boring.
Yeah, never. Fiziev, I don't know much.
I don't know enough about him.
Yeah, I don't know enough about him. So let's see.
And the last fight he did, this is a 3-round fight, yeah? Or is it a 5-round fight?
I don't know. Let's see.
Because their first fight was 3 rounds.
Okay. Oh, it could be 5 because it's 2 main events. They do more and more 5-round fights for non-title shot.
5'11", 25-5. Does that include the BMF fight?
I think that, yeah, definitely.
That's an official fight.
Yeah, that's an official fight. Yeah.
Okay.
His last fight was Holloway. He didn't fight since?
I don't think he's fought since the Holloway fight.
Okay.
He's taken off over a year, right?
Oh, wow.
I think because he got knocked out brutally.
It was very bad knockouts.
He said some really interesting stuff during the pre-fight stuff. He was like, because people were asking him, in their last fight, someone got their eye poked, right?
Okay.
And he was like, look, and they were asking him, do you think somebody should have taken a point? No, because it was that other fight that just happened recently.
Cejudo?
Yeah, it was a Cejudo fight. He was like, do you think they should take a point for intentional eye pokes?
Oh, intentional. Okay.
And he was like, okay, just so you know, the eye is a really small target. This is Gaethje talking. And we spend most of our time trying to punch people in the face, which is also a moving target. That's hard enough. We miss on that almost all the time.
Yeah. So,
so the eye, which is way smaller as a target, and the thing we're poking it with is way smaller as a thing to poke with.
Okay.
How can it be intentional?
Okay. Do you mean like he's...
How do you know?
Okay.
And he's like, I've never lost a fight just because of an eye poke, ever.
Okay,
he's respectful, but he's just like telling the truth. Okay, let's
Yeah.
see what happens here.
Okay, so that's a 3-round fight.
It's a 3-round fight, yeah?
Okay, so Gaethje definitely has the tank to do 5 rounds, so he can like unload more basically.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he
do
can
faster.
Yeah, he can
More
expend
volume.
more energy.
Exactly, yeah. And in a way, I prefer to see 3 rounds of guys doing like full power for 3 rounds rather than 5 and just go slower.
Yeah.
I think that's better.
Wow, he just took him down easy.
Yeah, easy. Yeah. Is Fiziev like a grappler?
He's a grappler.
Okay. Oh, he also get back up easily.
Yeah,
Gaethje is strong.
Gaethje is super strong.
He has a chin, like really, he knows like how to handle punches.
I love that rolling out of the. Oh no, he's got his legs around his neck.
We just saw a guy getting choked out of this.
And your legs are way stronger than.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a weird position to be in.
Oh come on, this fight cannot end in the first round.
Oh no, not like this.
But again, his stomach is super exposed, right?
There's nothing you can do. Yeah. What is that?
This is a bad. Did he tap?
This is. Oh yeah, he got out. Wow, he got out. Woo.
That's scary.
That is scary indeed. That's a big beginning of the first round. So many things happened already. Okay, now he had to go back. But we see like why Fiziev is not jumping on him right now.
But also, why didn't he punch more?
And why did he punch more exactly? Yes, sometimes I feel like in MMA, if it was a bar fight, it would end in 30 seconds. So why they don't do that?
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, because that's the thing. Gaethje normally fights like it's a bar fight.
Exactly. So
like his girlfriend's watching.
Or Fiziev, if Fiziev is talking to Gaethje's girlfriend and try to pick her up,
yeah,
the fight would be so much faster. They would not do that.
No, there's no dancing around.
He's not dancing around. He would jump on him.
But he had him in a headlock with his feet.
Yes.
And his stomach was super exposed.
So
He should have been pounding him.
Exactly. Why they go so slow sometimes in MMA? I don't understand. Why they don't jump on each other and just like punch everything they have, you know.
But I feel like that's a massive missed opportunity, and this is one of those things where like maybe Gaethje's just going to kill him now.
Exactly, yeah. And by the way, I think this is why Khalil round 3 lost against Pereira, because when it was touching Pereira, he was so scared of a counter attack, but he was not going fully.
Right. He was just afraid of getting hurt.
Yeah, and so that's the one mistake I think he made into his game plan. Right, is like he was winning every round instead of when he was winning some shots. He should have capitalized on them and then just finished the fight, which is what Adesanya did. When you would be at the Adesanya fight, as soon as he had some success, he was following up and like giving it everything. And that's how he knocked out Pereira.
I'm surprised this fight's not over.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I didn't want it to end, but I'm surprised that it's not over.
Exactly. Why they stopped in the middle for 2 minutes? If they went like...
But it's like once you give Gaethje a chance, he's like, oh, I already lost this fight.
Exactly.
So now I should be able to do anything. But again, it's slow.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you ask who won the first round, if the round ends now, it's Fiziev, yeah?
Yeah.
He's definitely more active. Oh.
That's so nice when they go below the punches like this and then either they get the takedown or...
Yeah.
This is really, really cool.
I wish this was a thing when I was a kid.
What, MMA?
Yeah.
You want to do MMA?
I don't want to do it, but I want to train it.
Want to train it?
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I reduce Muay Thai is also because like you just get punched in the face at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
It can't be good, right? And wrestling is really bad for your body. You know? It's really, really
well,
bad.
So who was it that was saying? Actually, I think it was Luke Thomas was like, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like at some point you can't walk anymore.
You can't walk anymore. You have problem in your knee. That's the first thing that breaks. Then the ankle, then your ears also. You get like the cauliflower ears. It's really bad. Huh? So
it's super bad.
I'm not sure it's fun. It's really cool to do, but the damage, for life that you get from it, I don't think it's worth it.
No, I don't think so either.
Especially into what we do, in the business time that we do. Prefer to have my brain that works well. Rather than having some problems.
Yeah, I don't want to get punched in the face.
Yep.
But I want to have the discipline. Like you see how much I train, right? I want to have the discipline around that because I think it's good for the brain as well.
That's true. Like exercising is definitely amazing, right? Like what we do at the gym is really, really good. But that's why I reduce Muay Thai. This is just not good in the long term.
No.
Right. Which is sad. Like I would love to be able to continue, right? But
I wish I could train more often with June.
Okay.
So who do you think won that first round?
I think Deji. Maybe just because more volume.
You think so?
I don't know. It's weird.
But he took him down, had him in that lock.
Yeah, but then he didn't
do anything. He didn't do enough.
He didn't do enough. He definitely didn't do enough. Why doesn't lock and pop?
But he started doing that in his stomach.
And then he kind of stopped.
And he just stopped. What are you doing?
Yeah, why? Judgy kind of jumped, huh?
He rolled, yeah.
Why doesn't
he just should have been banging his
exactly
his
He had such a dominant position, yeah.
He just should have been banging his glutes. If he's upside down like that, you've got your that hurts.
Or even so much boom.
Yeah, you can punch him on the side.
And definitely punch him on the side. He just couldn't protect himself at all. So I don't know how he did out of it. It's so weird. I don't know. I'm
going to give that 10-9 to Fiziev.
Okay, 10-9 Fiziev. Okay.
But these 3-round fights can be pretty active. Although there wasn't much in that first round, was it?
Not much.
Which is weird again for a Gaethje fight.
Exactly. But if Fiziev goes back like most what he's been doing so far, that explains it.
He's shorter, and his reach is not as long as Gaethje. Gaethje's 5'11". I think he's 5'8". So 5'11" is tall.
It is tall. And Judge is dangerous as well. What are we talking about the feet?
I didn't see it. We're already a minute into the second round. Yeah, 10-9 Fiziev. I agree.
What happened? Oh.
Low blow.
It's crazy that this guy went to college. It doesn't look like a guy who went to college.
He wrestled.
He
wrestled in college, yeah.
Oh.
The thing is, he didn't hit him, but he hit the cup,
But
and he
still.
pulled it up, and that hurts.
This is
Yeah.
horrible.
That hurts a lot.
But even with the cup, like you still feel
Well, yeah, because it moves, and
It
it,
moves,
just
yeah.
hurts. It just fucking
It's
hurts.
very uncomfortable. It's the bigger the cup, the bigger it protects you, but also you have something here in the middle that just like takes space, right? So it's really uncomfortable. I used it when I was doing Muay Thai,
Yeah.
and it's not like a good thing, no? And
No.
even when you get tilt there, like you can still feel it. It's not.
Yeah.
But apparently there's a different type of cup as well. Like in Muay Thai,
Mm-hmm.
in Thailand Muay Thai, they use hard cup that are really, really hard.
Right.
And they don't do that in other sports. Like it's more like softer stuff.
Right.
So it protects you the same way. But the difference is that when you use the Thai cup in MMA,
Mm-hmm.
it can act as something. So if you have if you're grappling and you end up in a position where you can just push your hip inside, with the hard cup, you
Right.
can actually
Hurt the other guy.
hurt the other guy.
Hurt the other guy.
And so they were saying that some guys were actually using the Thai cups in
Right.
MMA for that reason,
For offense.
for offense, because they were actually getting some benefit out of it.
Fiziev just head kicked him. It landed lightly.
Okay. It's very low activity, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Go to
I expected the fight to be more like that for like every minute of every round.
Yeah. Oh. Nice.
Oh,
Ooh, nice
Nice right hand.
Yeah. What is Jaji trying to do?
Box him. He's just trying to outbox him. It's a weird
Massive
fight.
Punches. Yeah, it's a real fight. There's massive punches, like something. Jaji 17. Wow, to the head already. 15. Low teach.
It almost looks like Fiziev's tired.
Mm-mm.
Right, because he's not trying to take him down.
Nope. Not really trying to do anything, huh? And it looks like, the low skills again. Or that was massive, like, overhead by Jaji, like,
Yeah.
that's beat. And that touches all the time. Huh? But Fiziev hits them, like, no problem.
Yeah, he got punched in the side of the head just now. And again, it's a nice left as well.
Very nice left.
I would give this round to Gaethje.
Yep. So far,
If it ends right now, right? If Fiziev doesn't do anything else.
no.
But it's boring.
Ooh.
That was a
Nice knee.
good body kick.
Okay, let's see. Oh, nice uppercut. Ooh, it's good.
This is kind of what you expected the fight to be
Yeah.
like.
Survive. That was a nice uppercut, huh?
Yeah.
He's trying to wrestle.
But Gaethje's not a submission guy either, is he? Okay, this round is definitely 10-9 Gaethje.
Yep. 10-9 DG.
Come
Very
on.
clean uppercut, huh? Like, boom.
Yeah. Right on the chin.
Yeah.
Got up.
Oh, massive against. Well, yeah, it did a lot of damage on this round. Fiziev.
Yep. So this fight's... I mean, this round was way better for Gaethje than the round one was for Fiziev. But still, I still think it's 1-1.
Yep. It looked like Gaethje did so much damage on this round. Huh?
But he also is looking tired, too.
Yeah, what
Both of them look
happened to him?
tired.
Yeah, why?
Because they haven't done that much activity. I've seen way more activity from Gaethje.
Well, way more. Like the Chandler fight was just like...
Look at that. Oh, God. What a great uppercut. Because that guy leaves his head exposed when he does this bend down thing, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Look at him. He's completely exposed.
And then...
Boom. Right on the chin. But the fact that he survived that is
Yeah.
actually kind of amazing.
But that's damaging, you know? Like even if you survive, like after that, you're like...
Yeah, you're wobbly for sure.
For sure. 29-13 or 29 straight. That's a lot. Huh?
Yeah. But look at the first round.
Yeah. It's just, yeah.
So 10-9,
10,
9-10.
Yeah.
So 19-19. This fight's tied.
Yep. So you see that if we were in Rotterdam, we would have the scorecard on the bid screen, so we would know if it's like 1-1, for example.
Right.
So
How many judges are there?
3 as well.
Same.
3 judges, 3 rounds, 3 minutes per round. Very similar. Yeah, it's 3 minutes per round, not 5 in Muay Thai.
Look at this. I've never seen this. Save $10 on UFC 314.
Okay. They do that all the time.
Do they? I've never seen it.
Yeah. If you take the pay-per-view earlier enough.
Early?
Yeah.
Well, because money has... Time has value. With money, right?
Yep.
As you know.
Wow. Yeah, it's so much faster than on the hand. Huh?
But this is the championship round, right? This is the deciding factor.
Exactly. Ooh. Crazy teach.
But I mean, neither guy should be embarrassed. Like, they didn't get totally killed, but it's not been a great fight.
But wait until the third round. Just like
yeah.
the way it's starting already, like
it's better. That's a great leg kick.
There's some activity there.
Yeah.
Massive shots. Like we both know they are 1-1, I think. So we need to take a bit more risk. This uppercut lands really nicely. Huh?
He leaves his head open.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why they do like this bending like so much, because it's dangerous. Huh? You can do that in boxing rotators. There's no cheat and no
right,
knees,
but when your head's that low, you can get kneed in the face.
Exactly, like it's really dangerous. Huh? That's really something you never do in Muay Thai, because like this type of cheats, like they just kill you. Huh? So I don't know why they do that so much.
So far, this looks like a round for Fiziev. More activity, more kicks, more significant strikes.
It looks like Fiziev can fall at any time. And Gaethje just is 1 punch away from.
Gaethje seems stronger. He's definitely hitting more clean shots. Yeah. Oh no! But I mean, I've seen Gaethje like come so close to losing and then win the fight.
Yeah.
In so many other fights. But again, he's 36 years old. I don't know.
He looks very tired.
He looks exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's holding on.
He looks definitely, but I hope it doesn't lose, because Fiziev is at 11 in the ranking.
When is Gaethje going to retire? He doesn't talk about it, but like he doesn't talk about it like Poirier does, but
go. Yeah, for now.
I kind of want to see Fiziev win. We've been talking about this for a few years now, right? But like, how many times can I love Justin.
Yeah.
As a man, as a person, as a fighter, I think he's great. But I mean, isn't the era of Poirier and Oliveira and those guys, isn't it just over? Like you've seen them all fight each other a bunch of times. They've won, they've lost, they've won, they've lost. Makhachev's the champion. It's just like,
it's true. It's not really a lot of new guys. How old is Fiziev?
32. Okay. So he's in his like fighting prime.
Yeah, fighting prime. Yeah, for a few years, it's gonna be there.
What was that?
Yeah, they look both very tired. It's very funny to see them so little. Well, there's more activity here. There's more activity.
But you can't score this. You can't score around. Like, it's got to be 10-9 at least, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So who would you give this round to right now?
Ooh. Oh, the odds give it to
Fiziev.
No, like Gaethje 230. Minus 230.
Is that live?
Yeah, that's live odds.
He's got to try to take him down.
Oh, he's on head strike 54.
If that's the case.
That can definitely go either way. Huh?
I think so. I don't know who's won this round.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very close.
I've never seen Gaethje look this tired, though. 1 minute left.
Let's go.
He never shot.
Oh, he does. Takedown as well, did he?
It's kind of a lame attempt at a takedown.
Yeah.
And this is the problem, right? Is that the more these guys fight, the less motivated they are. Like, Gaethje knows he's never going to be champion, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
He's just never going to be champion. He's too old. He's had way too many fights.
32-31. Look, it's so close, the third round. So close. But yeah, it's true. It's close, huh? So it's going to be like, who wins the last 30 seconds, basically. Oh, Maybe a split decision, split draw, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I don't want to see. Is like that's why I said it's got to be 10-9. It can't be 9-9, right?
It can be 9-9. Can be. You can score 9-9. You can. You can do.
So it's not a mandatory 10 round. Oh, nice shot there.
So it can be 9-9, 10-9, or 10-8. 10-8 is when one fighter really dominates. 10-9 is one fighter win, and 9-9 is just give the draw.
That was kind of a...
That could be a 9-9, huh? The last round.
If it's a draw, though...
I mean, that would be fair to me.
Yeah, if it's a draw.
Yeah,
like, I think it was a draw.
I think that's a draw. I think whoever...
That's why I was asking you about the scoring, because to me...
That's a draw.
Nobody won that fight.
No, nobody won that fight.
The first round was Fiziev, the second round was Gaethje, and the third round was like, I don't know. Well, they were both kind of tired, and they almost had the same number of strikes. It's like 32 to 31 makes you the better fighter. Like, that doesn't work for me.
No, really same. Yeah, same.
In a way, I want this to be a draw.
Yeah, exactly. But I still don't understand why he didn't get much more activity. Huh? Because his left arm that just go in as...
Right into the stomach or right into the liver and stuff. Like, that was winnable then.
And the position he had was just squeeze your leg as much as you can and then just boom.
Yeah.
I don't see why that doesn't happen, though. Very nice uppercut. And he recovered very, very nicely. Huh? It was,
from the punch in the face?
Yeah, from the uppercut.
From the uppercut, yeah. What was that? Did he have like a fly on his? Ooh, that's a good head kick.
Very good head kick, yeah.
But Gaethje looks exhausted.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna score that.
I think they're gonna give it to Gaethje, but
you think?
I think so, but I think it's a draw.
Yeah, I see it as a draw as well.
I honestly think it's a draw.
There was only 5 draws in the history of the UFC.
Maybe this is 6.
This is 6, yeah.
I doubt it though. I'm pretty sure they give it to Gaethje.
I don't think that we do draw. I think.
Nah, because it would be lame. But it wasn't a great fight.
It's not a great fight, no.
But now we're getting to the big boys.
Now I hope we have a great fight. Huh? I'm really scared about this fight. I'm really scared. I hope it's not going to be a very bad fight. Huh? It looks like a very respected traveler. They're happy, you know, like...
Yeah.
That's what we want to see. That's much better.
Yeah.
They look very tired for a 3-round fight. It's crazy, huh?
But also for these guys, like...
Justin Gaethje. So probably...
More significant strikes in the last round?
Yeah.
I'm not
convinced. Or maybe he got the first one.
No, we don't know because we'll look at the scoring later, but yeah.
Win by a unanimous decision. So the 3 judges are... Like, okay. Like,
it's that first round. They didn't give to Fiziev.
So maybe not, yeah. Let's... Like, how fast can we have the cards on the internet? The score cards.
That's ridiculous.
UFC 313. I don't think they appear like right now. It's too fast. Official scorecards. What does
Sorry, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, we don't have the card, but it's very slow to get them.
I don't think anybody won that fight.
Nope.
Yeah, no way. But what does that mean? But again, in all fairness to Fiziev, he hadn't fought in 18 months or 2 years, right? And...
What? Round saying another back and forth classic by Fiziev. What? Yeah, I don't know.
Classic? I wouldn't call it a classic.
But yeah, that opponent was bad.
Yeah, but he survived this, though.
He survived it pretty nicely, actually. Huh? It's a pretty bad defense from Fiziev. Like, there's a few shots like this, like, you should not take that. Huh? He doesn't look happy to have won. He's like, nah, I didn't win that fight.
Who, Gaethje?
Yeah, I think so.
If he's honest with himself.
Yeah.
He's a pretty straightforward guy.
We can't even do it, because otherwise we're going to be striped again.
Because we can't broadcast it, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to have any problems.
But, yeah. I wonder, still, star cards. Maybe they will show it. They show it after sometime. Okay, now that's a big day. I really hope we have a good fight. Huh? I really hope Pereira somehow manage to take down and
But it's now Pereira Ankalaev.
Yeah, and manage the clinch. This is really the two things I'm really scared about, and I really hope Ankalaev fights. I hope he fights, because in a way, if I am Ankalaev, to be honest, and I got a split draw last time, and then I got all the shit from the UFC that said that was a bad fight, blah blah blah, and I did nothing wrong. This one I'm gonna be like, you know what? This one I win, whatever what.
But what's the downside? Go all in, man. Try to win.
But so that's why, like, if the easiest way for Ankalaev to win is just to do the wrestling and the clinch. That's it. He has no, like, he knows that. I mean, why would tell the risk to go straight in? And with all the history, he won the win, go clinch, and
it's not like he's a little guy. Like, these are both big, strong dudes.
Yeah, and Ankalaev has beaten everybody in the lightweight division thanks to his striking.
Ankalaev has,
yeah. Ankalaev, yeah. It's only that the fight with Blachowicz that he did some wrestling in the later round, round 4 and 5, but 1, 2, 3, it's only striking. Everybody else, he won because of his strength and his striking. So no, he can do that. But can he do it better than Pereira? I don't know, but can he do clinch and wrestling better than Pereira? Yes. I hope he fights. I really just hope he fights. I hope he just doesn't do like the Belal fight or the Daliashvili thing. That's really, because if he does that, it's gonna be a no fight for 5 rounds.
Come on.
Yeah, come on, please do it. Please fight. Because that's what happened against Blachowicz. Round 4 and 5, there was no rounds.
Right.
Just took him on the ground and that's it, right?
Come on, man.
And we really don't do it. And it was like, I don't know, maybe Pereira gonna surprise us with amazing takedown defense but there's always a moment against a wrestler where you're gonna just like make a mistake, you know.
Look, we've seen him lose.
Pereira?
Yeah, we've seen him lose.
Yeah, that's against Adesanya.
Yeah, but I mean, and no wrestling. He just got knocked out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I do think the mitigating circumstances there were that he was probably tired from the weight cut.
It's true.
But that's not my problem.
Yeah, no, it's my
Again, like you said, that's part of the game.
And he won against Adesanya in the same condition a few months before.
Exactly.
So
don't cry for me, Argentina.
No, for sure. Yeah, I just really hope we have a fight. I hope something happens. I'm so scared that nothing happens.
Or that it's just like a quick knockout, but is that really possible in this fight?
I think everything is possible at lightweight, right? Like, we are strong enough with 2 guys so that anything can happen.
I guess if you land a good shot.
Exactly, yeah.
We've seen Pereira get knocked out.
Yeah, we saw him get against Adesanya, he got knocked out. Against round 3, he got knocked down. Like, he is touchable, Pereira. But if you touch him, it means you're striking with him. And what is really strong at Pereira is just one left hook. You just need one shot, Pereira.
But he also lost a ton of kickboxing fights too. So no one's unstoppable.
No. But this is where it's very dangerous. If you strike with Pereira, you are going to touch him for sure. But wait until he touches you. Because Jamal Hill, one punch. Pro Hastia, not a lot, neither. Jamal Hill, 2 or 3 and done, same. He always get everybody done. Like, I think actually Pereira, he really adapted his fighting style to his age and to MMA so well.
Yeah.
He did the perfect thing.
Yeah.
He's old, like 38. Not that old, right? But
in the fighting game, 38's old.
Exactly.
It's just old.
He doesn't have the cardio that he had before.
Nope.
And he's super good at striking. So he fight very slow, very low activity.
Yeah.
Right? The volume is really, really low. He just he doesn't go crazy. And this is just the end of the round.
But even there, he wasn't throwing a ton of punches. He was throwing one.
Exactly. He's very composed. He's go very slow, but very strong. And the entire fight, he just walk away, put some pressure, get into position to get this one punch. He looks for the knockout. Like, this is his thing. He looks for the one punch that will end the fight. He doesn't go to the decision. He doesn't just play the round. He can lose every round and win the fight.
Right.
This is completely okay.
Yeah.
This is his game plan. Just one punch and down. Because he can do that. And then just survive until you get the one punch. And that's why it's perfect for him, I think.
But I mean, Magomed should not just be a pushover.
I really hope he doesn't do it. But I'm scared because if I were him, I would be like, really, I did nothing wrong in the last Blachowicz fight. I didn't get the belt. And then I got all the shit out of that. Everybody said it was a bad fight and stuff like that. But really, it's not my fault that it's a split draw. And it's been 15 fights in the UFC, 7 years that I'm waiting for it. I've beat everybody. I'm not doing
He's strong. Come on, man. I kind of want to see Pereira lose.
Okay.
Because it's just more interesting.
Okay. But then if Ankalaev becomes the light heavyweight champion, yeah, actually, in a way, it makes more sense because if Pereira stays champion, he might move to heavyweight and then just
vacate the belt anyway.
Yeah, and then vacate the belt.
It's like I'd rather see Ankalaev win.
Yeah. Yeah. But I really think Pereira doesn't care at all. I think the motivation for him, just another day, another fight. He wants to win because he's a fighter, but if he loses, I don't think.
He's probably made more money in his 2.5 years in the UFC than he made in his 10 or 15 years in his kickboxing career.
No, completely. And now that he's doing other stuff, he's become a star. Like I don't know. Plus, as we said earlier, if Pereira loses, doesn't change anything to him going to anything else, right?
But on the other hand, if he loses this fight, I don't think he can beat Aspinall.
So I think it depends how he loses. If the nightmare scenario happens and Ankalaev only wrestle and clinch, and Pereira lose, then I think it's gonna be just everybody gonna say that's a terrible fight. Like Dana White gonna say I hate this fight, it's terrible, blah blah blah. Pereira goes to heavyweight and he still have a chance against everybody.
But not against Aspinall.
Because he didn't really have a chance to show his strength because it was only wrestling. So yeah, it's true that Aspinall could wrestle as well. But then I think if that happens, Pereira doesn't fight Aspinall because of this risk. But Aspinall does the same thing.
Yeah, but also I think Aspinall is naturally bigger.
Exactly. Oh yeah, for sure. So that's why
he's younger.
Yeah, he's stronger, faster. He's more hungry.
And he's angrier. Not angry in that way because he seems like a nice guy.
No, I think
he's way hungrier.
If this goes to wrestling, the UFC doesn't take another chance that it goes to wrestling again. So they don't do Aspinall.
But then who do they do?
Gann or Jones.
But so you know my feeling on Cyril Gane. Very talented, great striker, strong, but I don't think he's into it at all.
No, I think same. It's too late for him. He's not like motivated enough anymore.
But plus he's making more money outside. He wants to be a movie star.
Yeah, which makes sense. He's great.
He's a good-looking dude who's really fit.
Should be an actor. He's amazing. Much better than getting punched in the face.
Yeah, given the choice.
Yeah, especially at heavyweight, where it's not like you get punched in the face by his 55
right,
guy.
Right.
No, you're getting punched in the face by Francis Ngannou. You really want to do that?
Ever.
Even, I
don't think the wall wants to get hit by Francis Ngannou. The wall's like...
Exactly. When you get punched in the face by Francis Ngannou, that's a different story. I think your life is into perspective.
Oh my God, this fight's going to start.
So yeah, that's why I think that's the only thing would be to do like Cyril Gane or Volkov, like another striker in the heavyweight division.
But the Volkov fight would be boring too, although Volkov's strong, and again, a natural heavyweight.
Everybody in the heavyweight division is very boring, except Aspinall, Gane. And actually Gane is not really exciting either.
And I just don't think John Jones is ever going to fight
Pereira. I think for him, for John Jones, it makes more sense, I think, to fight Pereira than Aspinall.
Well, they're the same age.
Yeah, first they're the same age. John Jones has all the grappling that Pereira doesn't have.
Right.
So John can just do the same thing as he did to Miocic and to Cyril Gane. It's much easier for him.
Yeah.
But
he won't make as much money.
I think he would. You think he would make more money with Aspinall than with Pereira?
Because with Aspinall, he knows it's a risky fight.
Yeah, but with Pereira, it's much bigger star Pereira than Aspinall. Pereira is already a 2-division champion.
But he has no. Here's the thing. I think there'll be more pay-per-views for Jones versus Pereira because they both have massive fan bases, and even the haters would want to see Jones lose.
Yeah.
Right. So the haters will buy. Who's Aspinall's fan base?
Yeah.
But John Jones, there's less risk.
Yeah.
Because they're the same age, the same height, the same thing, and he feels like he's more skilled, so he's probably willing to take $10 or $12 million for that fight and just be over it.
Yeah. But on the other hand, if he fights Aspinall, he has much more leverage towards the UFC.
Yeah, for sure,
Because he
because
says, I'm going to lose this fight. So
yeah, I may lose this fight, and if I lose, that's fine to lose, but I want to get paid a ton of money, more than I've ever made in my whole life, so I can walk away and go, never mind.
Exactly.
Right?
You're right. So if you're the UFC, what do you do then? I think you make more money with Pereira.
I think you make way more money with Pereira because
and you have to pay John Jones less. So
less.
You do Pereira.
You do Pereira.
And so that's disaster for
Aspinall. Right, I was going to say, it's a disaster for Aspinall. But again, in the interim, they should have had Aspinall fighting Cyril Gane.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what that hasn't happened. But also, it's I think one of the reasons why is because they could do it like a few years ago, but it didn't happen because Jan was busy with the movie and all the other stuff. And now Aspinall don't want to defend the interim belt again. Right.
But and part of me thinks they should have stripped the belt from Jones. If he's not, you're not fighting.
Actually, that's what. But the thing is that now we're talking about Jones and Pereira. So in this scenario, he fights. He doesn't fight often, but he does. He just doesn't fight the right guy, but he does. That's crazy.
But it's a weird thing. So I told you this story, right? When I was at Morgan Stanley, and my employment at Morgan Stanley is the same as John Jones at the UFC. And I told you this story. They came to me on a Friday and said, "You're moving positions to that thing." And I'm like, "I don't want to go there." They're like, "That's great. You're starting on Monday." And I could have either given up my belt, essentially, but I didn't have another choice.
Yeah, but I don't think John Jones does that. I think if the UFC say we don't get on Monday, John say sure, I'm just not going.
Sure, he doesn't have to show up, but I had to show up because I was 22.
Exactly. Yeah, somehow John Jones has so much leverage in the UFC. He does what he wants, and it's so funny when Dana White promotes him or defend him or something. Because you always say that, why am I defending that guy? I hate the guy.
They don't like each other. But again, they make each other money.
Exactly.
That's the only thing Dana White cares about.
So that's why.
Fair enough.
And do you think John Jones' fight happens, whatever the result of this one? Can Pereira fight John Jones? I think it does.
So it's a different weight class, so he gets to go up and try something different. I think a little bit of Pereira's star gets hurt if he loses this fight again because he's getting older. Remember, his first fight, he's 37, so his first fight in the UFC was when he was 34.
Yeah,
it's not so old. But 3 years, and he's had a lot of fights, right?
Yeah, like two or three years.
A year.
A lot of activity on.
And again, only against the best.
Yeah, at seven title fights. In 11 fights.
Right.
That's crazy. No, but he's an amazing guy, right? He beat everybody. Except the knockout against Adesanya, he won everything. By almost all of them by knockout.
Yeah.
He just went to the decision with two guys.
I mean, he's a huge man.
Huge man.
He's huge.
It's crazy that it would go down to middleweight, to 83 kilo. It's insane. Like he's a heavyweight.
He's at least a light heavyweight.
Yeah, at least. But he's like Duplessis. They walk around in the cage at 100, 105. Which is not that much more than Cyril Gane.
Right.
Cyril Gane fights at the same weight.
He's like 225.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, they are not that different. I mean, in the cage, right?
Yeah.
So, and Janu was bigger, maybe 115, 120, but Gane was like 105 kilos.
Kilos, yeah.
Same as what they have right now. But yeah, Pereira is just insane. I just love, the mystique, the stoic type of thing that he doesn't talk, he acts the same if he wins, if he loses the same. Like there is no difference from Pereira.
So it's pure stoicism, right?
Exactly. I just like it. I think it's so cool. Like when he lost against Adesanya, same. When he won, same. Like nothing changes, just keep going. He has a work to do. He has a job to do. Just do it. I think he doesn't care.
He reminds me, you've probably not seen this movie, Terminator 2.
Okay.
But that's what it reminds me of.
Okay.
Because you should go back and watch T1 and T2.
Okay. It's good?
Because they're great movies.
Okay.
And the first one is actually kind of funny because it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. So all of his movies, even when he was a tough guy, were a little bit funny.
Okay.
But in the second version of that movie, they created another Terminator to compete with him.
Okay.
And that guy was Model 2.0 or whatever.
Okay.
And that dude could turn into liquid.
Okay.
And then reform himself.
Oh, okay.
And it was almost impossible to kill.
Okay.
And when you saw it happen the first time in the movie theaters, again, because it's all CGI, right? You were like, whoa. And that's what he reminds me of.
Okay.
Terminator 2.
Okay.
Where he's just like, he just turns into liquid.
Yeah. Great fight. I really hope Ankalaev fights, and he doesn't.
But I mean, this is the fight we've wanted for a long time.
Yeah, for sure.
And not just the two of us. Everybody wants this fight. Did they change the ref? That's Big John.
That's Mark Goddard.
That's who?
Mark Goddard.
Mark Goodall. But was he reffing the other fights? No.
I don't know.
No.
I didn't pay attention. But I didn't see Obdin. I don't think Obdin was there. He's still in Bangkok, maybe in the coffee shop.
He's probably in the coffee shop. Well, it's a little late for coffee, but.
He's watching with us. Well, that would be so cool if imagine one day Obdin is like in Bangkok. Obdin, you are welcome to join us. Do the watch along.
But I think we can get there.
Yeah. Let's see.
I think we can get there.
If you like the content, you can subscribe and comment and share with your friends. Tell us what you want us to do as well. We could do different
We should
videos.
do more shows in between.
Exactly. Yeah, we should in terms of the fighter, we in Bangkok. Everybody comes to Bangkok at some point. So.
But even you and I just having conversations about like upcoming fights and stuff like that. We should do it to get people to know more about this,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
You know this is going to take time to build up.
For sure.
But once we get it there, it's not going to go away.
Nope.
Yeah.
We would be cool, yeah.
And we're going to watch the fights anyway. And we talk about it all the time.
All the time. We should just sit down there.
We should sit down in there. I want to get more cameras.
Okay. We have 3 more at home, huh?
But we should leave them permanently set. Oh, no, we can't because we can't lock it.
Yeah, it's going to be dangerous. I think that's okay with the way we do right now. The lights would be the first thing to
buy.
Yeah, to buy, yeah.
But just like moving them back and forth feels a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's difficult.
Maybe we put a lock on that door.
Yeah, at some point we do, yeah. At some point we do.
Because that door is just kind of silly.
Yep. That's what we do next year.
So here's the other thing we do. We move this table over.
Okay.
We put a door there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We shut this off so that we can enter from here.
Yeah.
And then we can enter the other studio without bothering anybody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's good for it.
Right? Okay, let's watch this fight.
Let's watch these fights. Okay, Ankalaev, please fight. Don't.
I think these guys should have to shave their beards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you can't see where their chin is.
True.
So they have an advantage because you don't know exactly where their chin is, so you don't know what you're aiming for. Right? And I don't know if the beard is some manifestation of religion or not.
I think it is in the...
But you should be able to trim it so you can see where their chin is. Because that's what you're going for, right? If you want to knock him out.
So maybe that's exactly why they keep the beard.
So I've always thought that about Khabib.
Yeah.
Because when he first started, he wasn't a long beard.
Okay.
And I don't think it's like the Sikhs where you're just not allowed to cut your hair.
Okay.
I don't think that. I don't know that, though.
Okay.
It's like your Sikh friends cannot cut their hair by religion.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that's why they wear the turban, so they got to keep it neat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they can't cut it, and that's why they don't shave.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Oh, Pereira is taller and bigger. That's weird because Ankalaev is often the bigger guy in his fights.
But I mean, I think one of them's 6'3" and the other one's 6'2".
Okay, so
Is there like
so close enough?
2.5 centimeters there? It's just like 6'2", 6'3" is not that.
Okay.
And there was this big argument online a couple of days ago about whether it's better to be 6'2" or like 6'6". I'd rather be 6'2", because you're more of a normal human. Once you get to 6'6", you just like you can't even sleep in a bed. Okay, let's go.
Let's go, Pereira. It's gonna be interesting. Cool fight, but yeah, it's a real cool fight. Like sports-wise, amazing. Okay, let's see.
Is Ankalaev a southpaw?
Let's start out. Yeah. Okay, so typical
feeling each other out.
Yep, like slow. Try to get the distance for Pereira, like every time.
Look at the way he holds his hands too.
Super
always
high.
Up like this.
Exactly. Look at his left hand. It's always ready to punch you. Like his left hook is always in position close to your face. There is constant danger there, always.
But also there's constant danger with his legs too, because he doesn't move his hips in a way that's obvious that he's going to swing with his legs.
And he can swing like he can do a low kick, a middle kick, or a high kick. He cannot move the same. It's super fast. Like that's how.
And he never moves his head in a way, so it's hard to tell. He's not feinting a lot.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how he KO like pro wrestler. Like he did like a nice kick and he just didn't see it coming.
Didn't see it coming. Yeah. And it's hard to react to that.
Exactly. So in the Blachowicz fights, and Ankalaev got his leg destroyed. He couldn't walk in the third round.
Oh, yeah.
That his leg-
Yeah, I remember he was
his
getting
legs.
kicked and kicked and kicked.
Yeah. So that's why like Pereira doing that again makes a lot of sense, right?
But again, we're a minute and a half in, he's only kicked him once,
Yeah,
right? And thrown, what, 2 punches?
exactly. Like, that's typical Pereira stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, it's
You're right. Low volume,
low
high
volume,
impact.
Because high impact, he put a lot of strength into all of his blows. He just like go full for it, but I think because of the age and he knows the cardio stuff and all of that, he just go genuine.
Yeah, he doesn't throw any unnecessary punches.
No. He's
And actually, I would say he doesn't throw any unnecessary strikes.
Exactly,
That
yeah,
includes
strikes.
his legs, yeah?
exactly, yeah. Which I think is a really good way to fight MMA for him. Like that's exactly what
Particularly in this weight class,
Yep.
right?
Exactly.
Like if you're in the flyweight, you got to be just throwing shit.
Yeah. Because the knockout danger is not really here, right?
No, you just want to have volume.
We're here in light heavyweight.
It's a nice leg kick by Ankalaev as well.
Yep, very nice. But and Ankalaev is pretty slow as well. Like he's pushing forward Pereira, which doesn't happen often, no?
He's pushing Pereira forward,
yeah,
you mean? Backwards,
exactly.
yeah?
Yeah, backwards, yeah, sorry.
Yep.
It looks like Pereira is trying to, like, I don't know, that you respect the power of Ankalaev.
Well, Ankalaev's strong.
He's really strong, really, very strong. That's how he wins most of his fight, huh? Like, really, it's thanks to his power, huh? So it looks like Pereira take less risk than the other guys. Like, actually, take less risk than when you fight the other guys.
Yep, I got it.
That's like against Roundtree, for example. He took so much risk.
Yeah. Maybe he just didn't, not respect, but he wasn't afraid of his power.
Not afraid enough. Not down. Maybe here that would be more afraid. Yeah, it's true. I mean, not yet. Not afraid. You just want to be touched a bit less.
Yeah, he's much more tentative, it seems like.
Normally march forward much more. Like you can't stay in the middle like this.
But Ankalaev's not scared. He
Yeah.
doesn't look scared. I mean, I'm sure he's afraid, but he's not.
That's the chance of his life.
Yeah, of course. He's not acting scared.
No.
But even that was like kind of a weak little low leg kick, right?
Yeah. Oh, heavy,
That you don't want to get hit with.
No. Really
You
not.
saw? Do you see him whip it?
Yeah.
Wait, like he doesn't just throw it. He gets it up there and then he whips it around.
Exactly.
You don't want to get hit by that.
No. The power into this was crazy. Huh? I wonder if there's some machine who will just measure how much
There
power.
are. There are.
I really wonder like how much power there was in this kid. Huh?
They have these competitions where you just punch something really hard and it
Okay.
measures like the force.
Okay. Yeah, it's really funny to see Pereira getting like against the fence and kind of cornered. It's really rare. Huh?
I mean, we're 4 minutes into round one and
There's a
kind
lot,
of not much has happened.
yeah, a lot of leg kicks from Pereira. Maybe he's trying to capitalize on it. It's like, like really close to the Blachowicz fights. But you see, this is always like the danger when you teach. The other guy can just hit the teach and then just punch you because you're like in the
Yeah, because you're out of
position.
position in a way.
Yeah, so okay, you teach the guy, but you get the risk to get like mess.
But again, who'd you give this round to?
I think Pereira. He did
But I
more
mean,
strikes.
not
Yeah.
for anything spectaculous,
No,
right?
no. Just more strikes, more. Yeah, 14 seals, that's gender hits. Oh, yeah, let's see. Better to happen now at the end of round one. I hope he doesn't do that just to judge. You remember the Zhang Weili fights? Where she just at the end of first round just like tries something to see how it goes. I hope that's not what he's doing right now.
I think it depends. He could just be introducing the fact that this is a possibility.
I think everyone knows that's a possibility. Yeah. I don't think it's possible that Pereira is surprised.
But he didn't take him down.
Yeah, that's why I fear. It's just for judging, just to see how it goes, because he has never fought Pereira. So why you would take the risk to do that at the beginning of the round? If it works, that's great. But if it doesn't, you expose yourself to a elbow, to a knee, or to something, right?
Yeah.
So you try at the end of the first round. So if it works, you can do it again.
Yeah, if it doesn't.
If it doesn't, fine. But just the end of the first
So
round.
that's fine. But I still think it's a 10-9 Pereira round.
Pereira, yeah, but that's why I'm scared now.
But only because how else would you score it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like they didn't throw a lot of punches, they didn't throw a lot of kicks, they didn't do
Nope.
a lot of anything.
Trying to capitalize on the leg kick probably for Pereira.
But not much. He didn't throw a lot of hard low leg kicks, right?
No, yeah. But let it pretty fast, but it start to hurt a lot. Huh?
What are you doing for lunch, by the way?
We can go have lunch somewhere if you want. After.
Go have what?
Go have lunch somewhere if you want. I have no plan. No plan.
Let's do this. Is that place open downstairs? The Thai place with the chicken?
I think so, yeah.
Why don't you, we'll order 2 double chickens and some rice.
Okay.
And I'll just need to run home.
Okay.
And I'll meet you there.
Sure, if you want to do that.
Okay, this second round has feels a little bit more active.
Yeah. But I'm very surprised by the pressure, that Ankalaev is putting, because it's rare to see Pereira
backing up.
Like
Yeah.
It's not often that we see something like that.
I think he just respects Ankalaev's power.
I think he does a lot, actually.
He's not see that he's not kicking with as much confidence, though, right?
No.
He kind of leaned away.
Yeah, because you don't want the counterattack, right? Like when you expose yourself to a pretty big counterattack, and it looks like Ankalaev is ready for it. Like every time Pereira cheats, he's going for it.
But it definitely means he respects his power. Like, see that?
Yeah.
That's a good body kick.
Very good body kick.
Another good one. He does that well, actually.
Yeah. Nice hit as well. Nice defense. But yeah, it looks like actually Ankalaev is much more confident, huh? Pereira doesn't seem that confident at all.
He just thought about throwing another body kick. Low leg kick. Outside kick.
Yeah, you see, it looks like the tension is so high, right? Like it feels like none of the guys want to make a mistake, and that would end the fight. So the Blachowicz fight was more activity. Blachowicz against
way more activity.
Way more activity.
He was leg kicking him so often. You started feeling bad for Ankalaev because you could see it. It was hurting.
Pereira is getting closer. That's good for him. He likes this distance. You know, like when he starts to judge.
Yeah.
And when he starts to get his jab, you know, to get there.
Look at his right hand. It looks so scary.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a nice right hand by Ankalaev.
Nice yeah. That's how Ron 3 got like most of his success, right?
The right hand.
The blitz.
Yeah.
Where he just go faster than Pereira can go backwards.
Yeah, Pereira's not exactly speedy, right?
No, he's not. He's really speedy when he goes in, right? Like he's very surprising.
Yeah, but he's not like.
He doesn't have like the best movement. He doesn't have like the best head movement and stuff like that. It's not his strength. His strength is how much power he can give in such a short range, basically.
Yeah.
And with the speed when he hits you. So he's very deadly when he finds a range. You know, like when he gets into this position.
Again, which is why he doesn't do that much activity, because he's the whole time he's just scheming out
Exactly.
Nothing there. What does it feel like? How far away am I? How far away can I be?
Exactly. That's his whole game plan. He's just like, no, out with the other guy.
He just threw a head kick out of nowhere. That was a good left-right combination.
Really good one.
Yeah.
Ooh la la.
So this round is definitely Ankalaev's unless something weird happens, yeah?
Ankalaev has a lot of success with his hands, huh? But yeah, that's not always the fight of Pereira. They always go like this. He always seems to lose until he finds the distance and then he wins, huh? Oh. You see, like this type of stuff, it can go either way, huh?
My heart's starting to beat really fast now.
The tension is high.
The tension's definitely high. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
I definitely feel it.
Very high tension. But Ankalaev has been a great fight, huh?
Yep. I think the first round could have gone either way, but I'll give it to Pereira. But this round definitely goes to Ankalaev, no?
More activity, more
activity.
He touched more,
Touched him more.
Yeah. But this is dangerous when you get so close to Pereira like that. He keeps his hand so high, like so close to your face. The only thing that...
Look at him, he's moving forward now.
Like this is the thing where... Yeah, that's the only thing you can do. Like, just attack him. Like when he's getting there, attack him.
But the other thing that John Jones does, which I think is really interesting as a tactic, is when he gets backed up like that, he just runs around to the other side. He's like, yeah, I'm fine. I don't need to be here.
Yeah. Exactly,
and I think that's an okay strategy, actually, as a fighter. You can't leave the ring, but like, why do you need to stand in the place where the guy wants you to stand? This round is definitely Ankalaev's round.
Yeah. Yeah, he touched him good on Ankalaev, huh?
How badly do you want to stand up right now? You see him when he's punching, moving his head around so he doesn't get...
Oh, no.
So he doesn't get clipped.
I get clipped right now. Ooh la la.
That could be a turning point.
That happened against Roundtree already.
Yeah, but again, how old is Roundtree? He ran out of gas, right?
Yeah,
Ankalaev doesn't look like he's run out of gas.
Ankalaev 10 and there's a 5 round.
Right? Not a lot of activity.
Yeah, no. He's not gonna.
He's not gonna run out of gas, man. Boom, boom.
But yeah, pretty good, huh?
Hit him right in the head.
Then he just like survived somehow.
Well, it's 2 seconds left in the round, so it's not. He doesn't want to waste a lot of energy, right? And he knows there's 2 seconds left, and he knows he won, and he knows now that he can hurt Pereira.
Yeah, really clean, huh? Really clean.
So that's not a bad thing.
But so far, Ankalaev outstriked Pereira.
In both rounds? Or just in total?
Like in total, I think. Yep. Like this second one was definitely Ankalaev, but like a good margin, huh?
Yeah. That round was not close.
Yeah.
The first round was a lot closer.
Yeah. Especially at the end of the, like, he has a lot of success in Ankalaev, huh? In the first round.
But just keep doing what you're doing, dude.
Exactly. Yeah. But I hope.
Because now it's 19-19.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think
so, yeah. 1-1. Okay, round 3. But yeah, you're right. Ankalaev can handle the 5th round. No problem at all. He's not going to run out of gas like round 3 did. So.
Are you getting nervous?
I am. I don't want to see Pereira lose.
I do.
I really want him to win.
I definitely want him to lose. I almost see what my heart rate is. I love doing this during the fight. Because I'm just sitting here.
But it's Pereira. Like, let's not.
No. I never count him out.
Because I mean, he was also losing almost all of his fights. Against Adesanya, he was losing the 2 fights.
Yep, I never count him out. And look, one of the things that Luke Thomas was saying about Ankalaev is that he makes dumb decisions.
Yeah, true. He's really stupid sometimes.
So he doesn't have a high fight IQ. Like, he's very skilled.
Yeah. He's really strong.
He's very strong.
He can handle punches and stuff like that, no problem.
His cardio's great.
Yeah, but sometimes
he just makes the wrong decision.
Yeah.
And Pereira doesn't.
No.
Pereira's a really high fight IQ.
Pereira once again, just look for...
So that's the fear for me, is that like, if Ankalaev had Pereira's IQ, fight IQ, this fight wouldn't be close.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, younger, faster, stronger, the whole thing.
Yeah.
But Pereira doesn't make bad decisions, generally.
And he just play on his strengths, find the distance, jab, punch, left hook, finish. He can handle the fight anytime, Pereira. He has a very low activity Pereira now. In the 3rd round, he does nothing. Like, really.
But it's weird. You see that way he leaned back there and just kind of telegraphed the fact that he wanted to do a kick?
Yeah.
It's not like him to do that.
No, I agree.
He's not striking a lot.
No, nothing. Maybe his first hit in the first.
But even that kick is not... I mean, it hurts, but it's not like... Yeah. It's like what Blachowicz was doing.
No, true. And he's doing backwards a lot.
Yeah. Which is just uncharacteristic of him.
Oh, no, don't do that.
No.
Okay, good. Nice elbow.
It's hard to take down a guy who's 6'3".
Yeah.
Just because how low you have to go to do it.
Yeah, true.
Because he's not going to get 2 underhooks and then bring him down from that height.
Maybe that's why he has such a low activity. To make sure that when he punches, Ankalaev cannot go down below him, like the one thing that wrestler loves.
Because to get him down, you got to do a double leg.
Exactly.
I think, right? You got to go down to his knees and get a double leg, lift him up off the ground and throw him back.
And so when you're out of position, it's so much easier to do do all of these things. So maybe that's why. Maybe he just take even less risk than when the other guy, and even...
But nothing happened this round.
Yeah, nothing happens from Pereira. Maybe that's why. Maybe he just that doesn't want to take the risk of the takedown, and he knows that he just need 1 punch, so he just wait for the 1 punch.
But what if the 1 punch doesn't come? It's a bad strategy in a way. And again, I know that it's a risky one because as time passes, the rounds go in the bank.
But even is it riskier than throwing too much and then being taken down too easily?
I don't know. You're a fighter.
Go there. Yeah.
But here's the thing, and I think I didn't understand this as much when I was younger watching boxing.
Okay.
Every round is its own fight.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what happens in round 2 if you win round 3.
Mm-hmm.
And if you win round 4, you don't have to knock him out or do anything crazy. You just have to win the points.
Yep.
And once you win enough of those rounds, you win.
Especially in boxing, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in
Here, of course, you can get taken down and get submitted, so it's a different game. But again, if the fight looks like this the whole time, now all you have to do is win points.
Yeah.
And don't do anything stupid. You saw Pereira tried to take him down.
Yeah.
Or at least
Twice.
pretend.
Twice. He tried the Muay Thai sweep as well.
Yeah.
He did some Muay Thai technique, yeah.
But he should be fluent in Muay Thai, no?
So I think it's a very different game, kickboxing and Muay Thai, because in kickboxing, just there is no elbows and there is no clinch. You stay very far away.
Yeah,
from the
fair
other guy.
enough.
And in kickboxing, they really want the fight to be like more dynamic, like a lot of volume, basically. Where in Muay Thai, the clinch really slow down the fight, right? But it also gives you closer for the knee and for the elbows that are very damaging, right?
Yeah.
So it's a different
This kind of thing
dynamic.
is so painful.
Exactly, it's so painful. It's insane.
So I think I give this round to Ankalaev as well.
Yeah, just way
More activity.
way more volume. Yeah, Pereira does.
Pereira moving backwards. He's not doing anything.
Nope. But and Ankalaev, you see, doesn't cut the range, which allows Pereira to just move around.
It's almost like he's looking for one big punch too, because now that he knows he can tag him.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like both of them are looking for the one punch.
I'm going to stand up for a second.
But to me, it really looks like that's what Pereira's doing right now. He doesn't want to overdo,
Exert himself, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to get out of position.
Yes, because he's too scared of a takedown. And so he looks just for the one thing that makes him win all the time, the one punch.
But Ankalaev doesn't look even remotely tired.
Nope. But an easy fight for Ankalaev so far. If he doesn't make mistake, that would let Pereira get his 1 point that he's looking for. He's just winning.
Yeah.
But yeah, at some point Pereira needs to do something, because if imagine I'm right, that he's not taking too much risk because he's scared of a takedown and stuff. You can't lose every round and do nothing about it.
Do nothing about it, yeah.
At some point, you get to do something.
You have to have some offense. Like
Exactly.
the only way to get points is not by playing defense.
And now there's maybe a 2-1.
I think it's 29-28.
So let's see how it turns out in the fourth round. But if Pereira loses again,
Is this the fourth round now?
yeah,
Already?
yeah,
It feels like nothing's happened.
it's true.
Dana White's going to be mad again.
If it ends up in the split draw again, imagine. No, I think now he's like 2-1.
But Pereira looks a little tired, no?
Yeah, he can always like you see that's exactly what I think he doesn't want. This type of situation. Don't stay there for the whole round. That's exactly what I'm scared of.
But he's getting more. The thing is, and this is maybe not be a bad strategy for Ankalaev, he didn't take him down, but he's taken him completely out of his game.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is tiring work.
This is the
Defending a takedown's tiring. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, this is the two thing where Ankalaev has a lot of like who is much better than Pereira is the clinch like this.
Yeah, he's strong.
He's strong and he knows how to wrestle better than Pereira. So this is hard for Pereira to just handle.
Yeah.
And then
It's a struggle for him.
And then the fight on the ground, right? Like the ground fight. So yeah,
If he takes him down, it's going to be a problem.
it's gonna be a big problem. You can just hold him on the ground and nothing happens, and same as he's doing there, right?
Yeah.
Pereira still needs to be careful because he can still be hurt, but he has no solution to get out of this position. He doesn't know how to do
Right,
it.
so Ankalaev's got to walk away.
It's that walk away, which he has no reason to do because he won round 2 and 3, and now he just control him and done. And that's exactly what I don't want. Because he can stay there for the round. He has
Right.
no reason to get back to striking.
And he's winning this round already.
And he's winning this round already.
Because Pereira has to keep his left arm locked around his shoulder, like that. Okay, he gets away, but now he just got tagged again.
If he found a way, but you go back, no. This is exactly what I was scared of. And
Right,
that
this is the fight you didn't want.
exactly didn't want.
But again, this could be the third round for Ankalaev, which would make it
Exactly 4-1.
39-37.
Exactly, yeah.
This is round 4.
This is a perfect game plan for Ankalaev. If I were him, I would do that from one.
You were saying this at the
1-1.
beginning. This would be
from
your
1-1.
This would be your whole fight.
Why I would take any risk against Pereira? We know the game plan of Pereira is just to knock me down with one punch. So why you give him the opportunity to knock you down?
To
with
punch you, right?
one punch?
Like, don't give him the. But see, what I was saying before Pereira got away is his arm is wrapped around his other shoulder, his left arm.
Yeah.
So he can't use it for offense.
No, he can win.
And he's got a hand fight with his other arm, but Ankalaev is in control.
Exactly.
And because Ankalaev's in control, he can punch him. And now he's got to be afraid of taking him down, of getting taken down. And if he can get a single leg,
exactly,
he could potentially submit him if he gets him down.
Exactly. Like for Pereira right now, there's so much possibilities of trouble, basically, right? Like he had to defend so many.
Yeah, and I'm not saying he can't still win, right?
No. But just like it's a very bad spot, and I don't think he has the skills to get out of it if Ankalaev doesn't work away.
But this is kind of the fight we expected.
Yeah, I was scared of. Really scared of this fight. He stopped. That's good. You see, he stopped because nothing happens. Go back. But first thing Ankalaev do is go back to it. I hope not. But if I were him.
But they separated them. Why? Ankalaev was punching him.
Yeah, but not enough.
Really?
Yeah.
That kind of separation I don't like. Because it's not like he wasn't doing anything. Yeah, there was activity there, and that just helps Pereira.
True.
That's all it did.
I agree. It definitely helped Pereira.
And Pereira's backing up now. He looks tired. I really want to see Ankalaev win this fight. Don't mess it up, man.
I'd go back to the clinch, huh? I mean, why are you trying to strike with Pereira?
But I think Pereira feels like he's losing now, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely losing, huh? Oh, yeah, boom. Go back to wrestling, go back to clinch. Same position.
Because Pereira has no defense for this.
He has no defense. That's not his game. But also Pereira is doing really nothing on the striking, so...
He's tired.
You get to do something.
He looks really tired, doesn't he?
He looks really tired, yeah. So...
If they don't give this round to Ankalaev, then I'm...
No, it's impossible. They don't give it to Pereira.
Then you can't watch the UFC anymore.
But to be honest, if Ankalaev does the
Look at how strong he is.
Yeah. If Ankalaev does the same thing in the fifth round, and he just stay like this for five minutes,
which he could do,
which he definitely can, and in which he should once again. If I were him,
if you were his coach, that's what you tell me. Even though you don't want to see that,
exactly. I don't want to see that, but that's the one thing that makes the most sense, right?
So I'll tell you what, I'm loving this fight.
Yeah,
because Pereira he's very skilled at what he does. Yeah. But it's mixed martial arts.
Exactly.
So you've got to mix the martial arts up. And the only way to mix them up is to have multiple skills. And while he's great at kickboxing and stuff, he's terrible at this.
Exactly. And to me, that's why I prefer Muay Thai. Because that's a problem in MMA. That it's not nice to see that. I understand why it happens.
Yeah.
And that's something I would do if I was doing MMA.
Right.
But I don't like it.
So this round definitely goes to
Ankalaev, definitely. But I don't like that. I prefer to see guys fighting at the one thing they do well. You see what I mean?
Yep.
I prefer to see two strikers striking or two wrestlers wrestling. I don't want to see a wrestler with a striker. It doesn't.
So my favorite fight, I think by far.
Okay.
What's your favorite fight by far?
I don't know. I like Pereira's fights, but I don't know. I don't have one.
Usman.
Okay.
Covington.
Okay.
Won. The first one.
Good fights.
It was just non-stop action.
Okay.
And the way it ended was so exciting.
Okay.
So this fight's over if Ankalaev can protect himself, right?
Exactly. Pereira get to take a lot of risks now. So again, if Ankalaev clinch, do the same thing.
Yeah, but stay out of distance. Don't let him punch you in the face.
Exactly.
Don't let him take you down. Don't do anything stupid. Don't do it. Magomed, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Don't do anything stupid.
But so now,
don't do it.
If you're Pereira, you really need to. So if you're Pereira, you are like you have a big problem. You need to take more action because you're losing. But if you do, you overexpose yourself to a takedown. That's why he didn't do too much action. So now. But
also, he looks tired again because if I just push you up against a wall for 4 minutes, it's just tiring.
Yeah. Or there's another possibility. Pereira just gave up 3 months ago. He just knew he would lose, so he didn't do anything. That doesn't take much risk. He's okay with the wrestling, with the clinch, because he doesn't get any damage. That doesn't care. He's already thinking about the
next fight, maybe, and he gets paid.
And he gets paid. Of course, it's not trying to say that because that's not good for the promotion, for the marketing. But that would make sense.
I'm really nervous now.
So Pereira needs to take much more risk if you want to win.
I want to see what my heart rate is now. It was right on like my normal resting heart rate before.
Okay.
Ankalaev, don't do anything stupid. No, it's the same.
So now the only chance is Pereira get the knockouts.
Yeah.
Which can happen. He did that before for sure.
But Ankalaev has to move out of that part of the ring.
And if somehow Pereira gets a 10-8, that's a draw.
If this fight draws,
Ankalaev is
I'm going to go on a hunger strike.
He's the least lucky man in the world.
He's got to be careful, though.
So I think both of them need to be careful because Ankalaev got the power as well to like tie Pereira.
But again, Ankalaev is winning this fight.
He's definitely winning. So
And if he wins this round, which he's winning this round as well, it's 4-1.
It's 4-1, yeah. So only chance of Pereira is to take much more risk. He got to take more activity, he got to do something. So
This fight right now should be 49-46, yeah?
Yeah, 4-1. But yeah, Alex looks like he doesn't do much. Huh?
But even that little pussy little kick right there, like, what was that?
Tell what in front of him.
No, it's all in relative terms. Alex, I love you.
I think if he does that to us, we just die. We just lose our leg.
Well, there's this famous scene where he's in the room with this girl, right? And she's like, just punch me, like, kick me at 20%. He's like, 20?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God, I think I might die.
Let's do 5% first.
He was like, that was 5%. I just told you it was 20.
It is, yeah, Pereira doesn't do much, huh? Doesn't do much.
This is his worst fight ever?
It's really bad, yeah.
In the UFC?
Really bad. Yeah, I think it's really bad. Oh, nice cheats, but more. Let's go.
No.
Take more risk. He doesn't want to get punched, huh? Like you see, like he doesn't.
Halfway through round 4.
Round 5.
Round 5, excuse me.
That's the last one.
But he's also concerned about distance, right? That's why he's missing those low kicks, because he doesn't want to get that close and kick.
Exactly.
Because he's leaving himself exposed.
Exactly.
Both for a takedown and for a punch.
And for exactly. There's too much.
But Ankalaev seems less concerned about distance in a weird way, because he's leg kicking him up in the middle of the leg, yeah?
No, it's true. I think Ankalaev has more weapons, and Pereira has got to be too careful about too many things.
Yeah. And he's afraid about even just the clinching now.
Exactly.
You can feel it.
You can definitely feel it.
And Ankalaev has power.
And exactly. There's too many things to handle.
My heart rate.
But on the other hand, if you're an elite striker, I mean, straight, right? Like,
if you're Pereira, you mean?
Yeah, if you're Pereira, like that's always the thing. Like if you believe that you have, that's not over. That jab was good. Don't do that.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, do that because that's what you should do.
It's just hard to take a guy down at that height from that place.
But you see, it doesn't even try the takedown. It just clinch. Just keeping off the cage. That's it.
No, he's trying to take him down.
Well, but not very hard. I think if he really was trying, he would.
Oh, he gave up his back. My heart's beating really fast now.
That's perfect for Ankalaev. That's really, really good. But none of them really got any damage, huh? So they can fight next week. Huh?
Yeah, none of them took that much damage. But
nope.
from us, again, the idea here is to win points.
It's to win points.
And win the round. And I think that Ankalaev has run every round after the first round.
Exactly.
And Pereira had no answer.
No answer at all.
So unless he knocks him out right now, which is, again, always possible.
But like 30 seconds and clinching, that's not...
But feels unlikely.
Very unlikely. You see, it's just so hard to get out of this position against somebody who's pushing you like this.
Yeah, my heart rate's going higher.
Yep. So I think Pereira's gonna lose. No.
Come on.
So I think next, Pereira Aspinall doesn't happen.
No way, can't happen. That's what I was just gonna say.
Exactly.
Pereira Aspinall cannot happen because Aspinall is way stronger than Ankalaev, and he'll ragdoll him.
Exactly. So the only thing is Pereira Jones. That's the only thing I can have.
Pereira knows he lost.
Exactly.
But I mean, Jones could take him down too.
Yeah, but that's such a big name. That's going to be a massive.
Oh, sure, that fight will definitely get done because that's millions and millions of dollars for the UFC.
Exactly.
We would pay for the pay-per-view.
Exactly.
Because we want to do this to watch it.
Everybody would do it. So
everybody will pay for it. That could be $1 million.
Exactly.
That could be like an $80 million revenue event for them.
Massive.
This fight's over, right?
Yeah, finish.
I mean, Ankalaev is now the
champion.
Light heavyweight champion, yeah?
I think so.
You think he's going to cry?
Let's see the official.
If he doesn't win though, then UFC judging has no validity.
Yeah, I don't see how you can not give this fight to Ankalaev, like really.
No, because he dominated round 2, 3, and 4, and 5.
I'm surprised that he did 3 full rounds with striking. He didn't really have to. Like he started to only clinch in the 4th.
No, he clinched in the 3rd.
Just a little bit.
But again, he's testing, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was like more like
and getting more confident. And then the 4th round, he went right back to it. And then the 5th round, he was like, "I've won this fight unless I muck it up." So
I'm surprised that he did that very, very late in the fight.
Yeah, so everybody thinks Ankalaev won.
Yep.
That's the live betting. But Pereira didn't do anything.
We didn't do anything, yeah. He didn't do anything.
You can say Sham all you want, but you lost that fight.
Yeah.
He had to have lost. I hate this where it's like you have to worry that the judges are going to give it to the wrong guy. But Ankalaev definitely won that fight.
Draw. I mean, it's impossible. They cannot have a 10-8 for any one of them. Like, draw means that there's a 10-8, for sure. And 10-8 to the guy who lost, like...
This is 49-46, 49-46, 49-46. It can't even be a split decision. If it's a split decision, one of the judges is getting paid off.
Yeah, for me, it's 49-46. It's 3 scorecards. Pretty clear, yeah. I agree.
But again, not an unbelievably great fight, but a well-fought fight by Ankalaev.
Yeah. And
I mean, he did what he had to do, right?
It made sense. It made sense for him to be the champion. It's better this way. It's better this way. It made sense. It's a good champion for the weight class because he's going to stay there for quite some time. So.
Right, because he's young, so now he can cycle through some new fighters and stuff like that. He has to be a winner. Please don't look this up. Yeah, it's got to be all the cards are the same.
And you.
Yeah, had to be.
But it's pretty sad that there was not really like a
knockdown, drag out, fight.
Like fight, right? Like a.
But he did hurt him a couple of times.
You mean Ankalaev to Pereira?
Yeah. Yeah, he hurt him a couple of times.
Yeah, but it was not like really like a real thing by Pereira. Like not a single moment where like, oh, Pereira might win. You see what I mean?
Yeah, no, not one moment.
Not one moment where Pereira did enough to be close to winning.
I'd love to see the strike numbers because...
Finally, he got his belt. He must be like, finally.
but again, I want to see the significant strike numbers and the punch and the leg kick breakdowns because I didn't feel like Pereira did anything.
Yeah, I don't feel anything. He didn't put any pressure that he's doing normally.
He was generally moving backwards.
Yeah.
And his kicks were not landing because I think he was concerned with Ankalaev's power.
Yeah, I think it was like too many things for Pereira to be scared about.
It's still fun to watch. At least,
Yep.
Yeah, look at him. Like, no one talks about him, but he hasn't lost in 14 fights.
Actually, his only loss in his career is his first fight in the UFC, Paul Craig. This is crazy. Have you seen this one?
I have not looked at the fight.
So this is why people say that it's bad this decision, because this is the worst of his career. He was winning the 3 rounds. Okay?
Against Paul Craig.
He was winning. He had the submission. 3 minutes. Sorry. Third round. 30 minutes in the 4th round. He had the submission.
What happened?
He was going to submit him, and he won the 3 rounds. Somehow he stopped. Somehow. I don't know what happens. He doesn't do a submission. Paul Craig does the submission to him. He tapped at 4:59.
Maybe that's why Luke Thomas doesn't like him. So. But look, that's a real thing he did.
That's a real thing.
And that's a real punch as well.
Real.
And that's a real punch to the head, which almost knocked him down. And Pereira had none of that.
None of it. Zero.
He did none of that.
Zero. Zero. And Ankalaev won everywhere.
Okay.
Okay, so do that.
Undercover Combat.
Yep. Thank you,
Signing off. Thank you. I love doing this.
That was cool.
Let's keep doing it, man.
Unfortunately, not a super good fight by Pereira.
No, but 314 should be amazing.
What is 314 again?
Isn't that Volk?
Okay.
And who's at the top of the card? No, Volk is at the top of the card. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Chandler fight.
Yeah, Chandler against Paddy Pimblett.
Come okay.
And then I forget who the other ones are. We looked at it earlier. It looks like it's going to be a great card.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay. Awesome.
See you. Thank you, Michael.
Bye.
Bye. We're not out yet. I need to go there.
Okay. Let me know because I want to set up the other microphone.